Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing? Sorry we are so late. Well, it depends. It depends. This is what we do. This is what I do. And I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Um, I was late because I was working on my hair. Can't you see? Can't Oh, you sure can't. Look, I got it up in a bun again. What? This is a day to celebrate. And then yeah, so I pushed my screen down earlier and then it went black. So that took a whole nother 10 seconds, 10 minutes. I gotta do it again. Oh, don't go black. Don't go black. Okay. Anyways, how's it going? Happy Friday. Friday, everybody. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank God. I'm not saying that it won't go back down, but my it's like my blood pressure, I don't know, get real splotchy. Both ears get red, when it was always just one ear that would get red. I'm like, "Oh, crap." Well, I don't know. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's finally catching up with me, huh? I don't know. Um, anyways, so tonight we are going to we're again, I'm not a YouTuber. Y'all know that. I just happen to be here on YouTube. You're on YouTube. We're on YouTube. This is somewhere we can converse, and it's a meeting of the minds of great, wonderful, difficult research minds. I'm really low. Hold on, let me mess things up a great deal first. Now y'all can see I've been working on filing paper. Look all that. That's nothing. All that paperwork right there, nothing compared. Nothing. If I would just go through my one file with you guys, y'all'd be like, "Oh my god." I've been blowing my own mind. So, Jarrett Brooks, 16 years old, and he is missing. And he has been missing for since July 4th, the 4th of July. Ah, I can't even imagine. So, I had uploaded a couple overlays. Hopefully they're in here. Yeah. So this is the thumbnail, right? This is what I have on my thumbnail. And it says, well, this is the one I put together. He's 16 years old. He was last seen in Joseph City, Arizona, which is near the White Mountains, y'all. If you're with me from the Daybell Vallow case, you know about the White Mountains. That's where they were going to set up camp. But anyways, and that's where Mike Stroud lives. He lives in Eager, Arizona, which is the White Mountains of northern Arizona, or that's what he called them. But anyways, so it's near there, or it's I did the drive earlier in my portal. Let's see. I think it was like an hour and something away from each other. But anyways, he was last seen in Joseph City, Arizona, at the 4400 block of, get this, Boyce Drive. Boyce Drive. He was last seen Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, at approximately 6:30 a.m. Now, I've seen some where it said 6:30 p.m. So I'm just hoping either way, he was last seen on this day. He is 6 foot tall. He's a tall fella. Okay. He's 140 pounds. There is an anonymous donor who put up $50,000. I guess I didn't know what to put, but I put reward because I don't know. It didn't really make it clear. For information leading to Jarrett's whereabouts. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt with America in all caps written on the front. He had some blue jeans on, some square-toed boots. I like square-toed boots, by the way. I've heard people say he has blonde hair. I'm looking at his pictures right here, and it seems like when it's longer, maybe it's darker, and whenever it's shorter, maybe it's a little blonder. So I went with dirty blonde, brown, his eyes are brown. He had a mullet when he vanished, but he may have had a haircut since. He's a handsome little fella. And he's very friendly. He will talk to anyone, everyone. His family and friends are really worried about him, and they want him home safe. They also, just to hear from him. Just, you know, I don't know if I'd be blessed, if we'd be blessed enough, where he could come across this live stream right now, and just, buddy, just know that you are loved, you are needed, you are wanted, and that's all. You do you, but just, people do worry, your parents worry, your family, your brothers and sisters, grandparents, and even total strangers, God's army. We just want to know that you're safe and that you're okay. And if not, feel free to, if you need anything, reach out to any of us. We will gladly help. Okay. Sorry, I just went off on a little tangent there. Okay. Now I had read or heard in a story that I'm about to play for you guys that he's the middle child. He's like the middle of 7 children. He has 6 brothers and sisters. And his family lives near Interstate 40. So he's got really easy access. It's close in vicinity to Interstate 40, which goes all the way across the United States from east to west, west to east. I live on I-10 runs right through mine, so I can kind of understand that. And I just hope he's safe. I pray that he is safe and not the kind of safe and happy like Lori says. Sorry, that triggered me for that. Okay. If anyone has any information on his whereabouts, please call 911 or call the Navajo Sheriff's. Oh, I forgot to put county. I'm from a parish, so Navajo County Sheriff's Office, NCSO, at 928-524-4050. And I have all this stuff in my description box underneath this video. They also hired a PI, and the private investigator's business name is Harter Investigations, HARTER Investigations, LLC. And his license number is right there, 1757587 867. No, I'm joking. Okay. Y'all know I'm a nerd. And his parents' names are Laura and Brian Brooks. So let me cue up that video real quick and take this thumbnail down. Oh, yeah, there's this one too. You can see me. Okay, so this one, I haven't even seen this one yet. $50,000 reward offered by an anonymous donor for information leading to his safe return to the family. Harder investigations or law enforcement. He's endangered juvenile. Jarrett Brooks. Oh, his date of birth was 12/7/2006. Oh, he's the same age as my baby girl. Oh, around about. Okay, so 6 foot tall, 140, blonde hair, brown eyes, Navajo County Sheriff. Case number 23070135. And I don't know if that number is the same, 480-904-2628 or 911. And then there's this one. This is just a picture of him. Okay. And the other one didn't upload, so that's okay. I have it in Canva. So then we're going to talk about this guy later. It's so close to I've been watching this case for a long time, since it hit the media. And this is Jarrett Bridegan. He was Mormon also, and he it's a Brandon Boudreaux Melanie Pulowski situation, if you know what I mean. And she just got indicted, and her husband, and then another guy. It's a whole conspiracy thing in Florida. It's going down. The death penalty on the table. It's crazy. So if we don't get around to Jarrett today, then we'll carry it over to tomorrow or something, because I really think it's worth doing it through, like studying it through application, just kind of applying it. So let's see. And then Trace sent me these. I'm sorry. I didn't put it on one of my slides. Yeah, I don't know yet. All right, let me play this video for you guys real quick. Okay. Okay, it's already here. Hide myself. Remove yourself. Okay.
Brooks' family is a big one. 7 kids, and their middle child is 16-year-old Jarrett Brooks.
Oh, he is so outgoing, caring, loving, the life of the party, the life of the family.
But for the past 26 days, Jarrett has been missing. His parents, Laura and Brian, have not heard from him since the 4th of July.
Unimaginable.
Every minute of every day, you try to find those minutes where you're not thinking about it, because they're far and few between.
The Navajo County Sheriff's Office says Jarrett was last seen on BOYCE Road in Joseph City around 6:30 in the morning on July 4th, just a few miles from his home. Laura says that morning, Jarrett asked if he was grounded after breaking a vehicle he took off-roading when he wasn't supposed to. She told him he was grounded, but didn't think much of it.
This is so uncharacteristic of him that we do question whether or not he's safe.
2 weeks after Jarrett went missing, his family hired James Harder, a private investigator.
We currently have boots on the ground and the White Mountains, and we are running leads at this time. And anytime we get a lead, we don't leave any stone unturned. We work the lead.
An anonymous donor now offering $50,000 for tips leading to Jarrett being found safe. His parents hoping Jarrett is listening tonight.
You didn't be home where you want, where you love. I mean,
you're not in any trouble, bud. Just come home. We love you.
His family is just really wondering what happened to him for the past 4 weeks. If you have any information on where Brooks could be, you can call the sheriff's office or the private investigator, and his number is at the bottom of the screen. Now, if you spot Brooks, Harder asks that you take pictures or video and call right away. Brooks does have a scar on the top of his lip. Reporting live in the newsroom, Casey Torres, Arizona's family.
Casey Torres. I can't say it like that. Oh, I could have done that before I unmuted. I've been having some time with my throat. Okay, let's see. Let me find my way through here. Oh, yeah. I don't know why it does that now. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Juniper's Tarot and Magic. Difficult research right here. I'm open. That's how it was with Tylee and JJ when they were missing. I don't care. I don't care where it comes from. I'm listening. I'm checking into everything. That's how I am. But that's me. That's not everybody. I've watched all kinds of creators. I've watched, there was this one lady, her name was, I don't want to say it wrong. She was from Australia. Kirsty or something. Or Chris, I don't know. But she did what you are talking about the chart. And it is so accurate. It is so accurate. I don't care. I mean, I go back and I watch and I'm like, oh my God, wow. And you can pinpoint by using that chart. It's really, really fascinating, in my opinion. Again, everything helps. But that's me. Some people are like, oh, that's hooey pooey or whatever. And that's fine, you know. Trey says, Juniper, I believe it probably would have been in that area before the family lived in Joseph City. They lived further up, I believe, around the Show Low area. Show Low. And see, I'm not familiar at all with Google Maps or the area. So, Trace, you are more than welcome to pop in any freaking time because Trace has been following this case really hard. And I'm like, can you help me if you can help me gather it together, I can't like go and research it. I wish I could. Let's see. I share this tab. I need to hide myself again. I wish it would do both there. Okay. And this is, let's see. Let me copy it. FeshersLive.com. And it says, Jarrett Brooks missing. Jarrett Brooks, a 16-year-old from Joseph City, has gone missing and his whereabouts remain unknown. Law enforcement and the community are actively searching for him. Stay informed about the latest developments and discover intriguing facts and gain valuable insight during Okay. That was a sales pitch right there. All right. Jarrett Brooks is a 16-year-old boy who mysteriously disappeared from the quiet town of Joseph City. Okay. It reminds me of Rexburg, how they're like, Eric Grossar said that the only crime they had before Chad and Lori was somebody stole a Taco Bell packet. And I was like, because ever since Chad and Lori happened, we get all the news from East Idaho News and we're like, holy hell, y'all got a lot of crime. Or at least that's what I think. But every crime show I see, that's happened to other family member, you know what I mean, other victims. Everybody always says it's that doesn't happen here. It doesn't happen here. Guess what? It can happen there. It can happen wherever we are. Okay, so Jarrett has now been missing for over a week. Well, this is back then, prompting the Navajo County Sheriff's Office to launch an extensive search effort and appeal to the public for any information that could lead to his whereabouts. Despite the tireless efforts of law enforcement and the organization of search parties by Jarrett's worried family, the situation remains shrouded in uncertainty. The absence of any confirmed sightings or substantial leads has only deepened the growing sense of unease among community members. Each passing day without news of Jarrett's well-being only serves to heighten concerns and heightens the urgency to find him. That bothers me. It reminds me of when Carrie's cousin, Carrie Ann, it bothered me and it just like I snapped and I just went right into, I don't even know what that was. It was like just automatic. And everybody in the chat was asking the most amazing questions. That's what I got to say. We have the best community. Each passing day. Okay. In an attempt to mobilize the community, law enforcement officials have been actively seeking the public's assistance, urging anyone with even the slightest piece of information to come forward. It helps. Don't have an institution telling them not to. Anyways, that hurts. Flyers with Jarrett's photograph and description have been distributed throughout the town and surrounding areas, hoping to reach as many people as possible and potentially uncover vital clues. The collective hope is that someone somewhere will have seen or heard something that could provide a breakthrough in the investigation. Meanwhile, the community of Joseph City has rallied together, offering support and encouragement to Jarrett's family during this trying time. Prayer vigils, community meetings, and social media campaigns have been organized to raise awareness about his disappearance and to keep his name and face in the public eye. That is the most important thing. So the most important thing that you can do as a member of this community, first off, subscribe. We can do updates. Share it. On your Facebook page, on your Twitter X, whatever it's called, on all your socials. Share it there. Share it with your neighbor. Word of mouth. It really. I witnessed. It's crazy. It's crazy when it goes to the media. Then you're just like, it's like, it's gone, and then you're just like, wow, it's just a blur. So, yeah, kind of having a little flashbacks and stuff right now. Okay. Let's see. Law enforcement officials have been actively seeking the public's assistance. Did I say that already? Flyers with Jarrett's photograph and description have been distributed throughout the town and surrounding areas, hoping to reach as many people as possible and potentially uncover vital. I already read all that. Social media campaigns. The outpouring of solidarity and concern reflects the close-knit nature of this tight-knit community. Where neighbors are like family and every missing person is a loss felt by all. That kind of bothers me. And then, it just seems like he wouldn't be far. I wonder how many people live there. We'll find out. Okay. As the days turn into weeks, the search for Jarrett Brooks intensifies, driven by the unwavering determination to bring him home safely. The uncertainty surrounding his disappearance continues to cast a somber cloud over Joseph City, reminding everyone of the vulnerability of their own loved ones and the importance of supporting one another in times of crisis. Until answers are found, the community remains united in their efforts, refusing to give up hope. I can't read, and fervently praying for Jarrett's safe return. Jarrett Brooks missing. Okay. On the morning of July 4th, 16-year-old Jarrett Brooks was last seen at his residence on Boyce Drive. So that's at 4400 block, Boyce Drive, in Joseph City before vanishing without a trace. Reports from the Navajo County Sheriff's Office suggest that Jarrett may have voluntarily left home, but he's 16. You don't get to voluntarily just leave home, young man. So, that's great, but okay. Reports. Okay, why does it keep doing it? It keeps going up and down. Reports from the Navajo County Sheriff's Office suggest that Jarrett may have voluntarily left home, indicating a possible runaway situation. The teenager was dressed in a black t-shirt adorned with the word, quote, America, unquote, across the front, complemented by blue jeans, cowboy boots, and a baseball cap. I read that it was a dark baseball cap at the time of his disappearance. And despite, my gosh, y'all are used to my ebonics over here. So thank you. Sorry. In their desperate quest to locate their missing son, Jarrett's family has been working closely with law enforcement authorities, pulling their efforts to coordinate multiple volunteer search parties. Brian Brooks, Jarrett's father, holds the position of assistant fire chief with the Joseph City Fire District. I wonder if his number's still 911. I'm joking. Okay, I'm sorry. Overwhelmed. Oh my God. The ads or whatever, it's making the thing jump. Y'all, okay. Overwhelmed with concern and anxiety, Brian expressed his frustration regarding the circumstances surrounding Jarrett's sudden disappearance. The sequence of events leading up to Jarrett going missing adds another layer of perplexity to the situation. Apparently, Jarrett had been grounded by his parents on the night preceding his disappearance. Subsequently, on the morning of July 4th, his parents informed him that he would not be permitted to partake in the 4th of July celebrations. In response, Jarrett retreated to his room, and regrettably, that was the last time his parents laid eyes on him. Jarrett's unexplained absence has left his family and the entire community of Joseph City deeply unsettled. Their tireless search efforts, joined by law enforcement agencies, illustrate the unwavering determination to locate the young teenager and ensure his well-being. The circumstances surrounding his departure is that the same? Okay. Sounds like the same sentence. Departure continue to perplex authorities and loved ones alike, who eagerly await any breakthrough that may shed light on Jarrett's current whereabouts. In this time of distress, the Joseph City community remained united in their support for Jarrett's family, offering solace, prayers, and any assistance they can provide. As the investigation into Jarrett's disappearance unfolds, the hope for his safe return remains fervent, while concerns for his welfare grow with each passing day. Okay, we'll watch this little thing right here. Saturday search.
This is Jarrett Brooks. He's been missing from Joseph City, Arizona since July 4th, 2023. Jarrett is 16 years old, 6 foot, weighs 140 pounds.
Okay.
Brown eyes. Jarrett was last seen around 6:30 a.m. leaving his home in the 4400 block of BOYCE Drive in Joseph City, Arizona. Jarrett was last seen wearing a black t-shirt with America written across the front of it in all capital letters, blue jeans, cowboy boots, and a baseball cap. There is a reward being offered for information that leads to Jarrett's safe return, and there's also a Facebook group, Search for Jarrett Brooks, if you'd like to know more or keep up with Jarrett's case. If anyone has any information on Jarrett's whereabouts or you see him, please call 911 or the Navajo County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center at 928-524-4050. Do you know someone that is missing and you want to spread awareness on their case? Email me at SaturdaySearch@gmail.com,
Okay.
or you can find me on
Oh
any
my
of the
gosh, hold
socials
on. I
below,
can't. Okay.
all at
Window.
Saturday Search.
I panic. Sorry about that. All right. She talks so fast. And I'm over here like stutter stepping the whole time. All right. This says what happened to Jarrett Brooks. Let me make sure. Let me push this over here. Make sure y'all can hear me. Yes. Thank you, Beach Bum, for saying that. Thank you all for being here. Please share this anywhere you can. Thank you again. That's what I thought too, Lucas and Blair Schmidt. I read that his mom saw him the morning of also, but things are going to be like this right now. They just are. And this is my advice. And I mean, I'm not a professional, but I kind of experienced a little bit, but more from the backside of it, because Mom and Larry were the representatives for our family. It would have been way too confusing for all of us to come out the woodwork, and just people would be so worried about who's who and who's what, and the focus is on the kids. The focus is on Jarrett right now. It doesn't matter anything else. Nothing else matters. Just grab the facts, read the comments. The comments is where it is at. Thank you, Beach Mom. Girl. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Are any of his friends speaking out? I've heard of a few. I haven't really, researched this. There was one girl, in the comment section is where I saw it. And, she said that she had went to school with him. But that was about it, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know the case inside and out. So we're just kind of going over this together. I've got to turn my air off. It's cold. 30 minutes ago, I was sweating my ass off, you know, because that's how we roll. Beach bike, beach bum, like, is Narnia in his bedroom closet? What? Okay, yeah. The parents, Trace had sent this to me too. The parents have put a varied detailed timeline, but doesn't seem to match the sheriff department statement. And that's all needed, you know, because it's gonna come out in the wash, you know, it's eventually gonna come out. And things are gonna corroborate or they will not. And one thing you have to do as a family member with a missing person or missing persons is you have to put your shit way back there, because it don't even freaking matter. Put your feelings, your ego, your everything. You come last. Selfless. Remove yourself. And it don't matter if it makes you look ugly, if it makes you look like a monster, if it makes you look like an asshole or an abusive parent. It doesn't matter. What matters is finding this boy safe, hopefully. And everything else, you know, it'll fall where it may. So that's the worst thing you can do, is just shut people off who are just wanting to help. And people don't know how to. Some people read things out of context, you know. I mean, really, now I'm like, maybe they're not saying it that way. Maybe I'm just reading it that way. Let me try reading it in a different context, you know. So it's just high emotions for sure. I promise you, it's high emotions. Is this family of kids socially isolated by way of homeschooling, religion, or parents with issues? Are they born again types with criminal past? Now, Trace, where you at, girl? Trace knows this. I don't know if you want to call me on my phone and I'll put it on the speaker because she knows this. Or you can go backstage on in StreamYard. You don't have to show your picture, but it would help because you know this case. Trace. Trace on this case. Until then, I'm going to read this. Okay, it says the circumstances surrounding the disappearance. I gotta turn my notifications on just in case she does call. I keep do not disturb on all the time, or I'd never get anything done. Okay. All right. All right. The events leading up to the night before. In search for answers, several neighbors have come forward reporting sightings of Jarrett walking past their properties. However, he disappeared from sight as he ventured into the fields near his home, leaving no trace or indication of his subsequent whereabouts. The lack of concrete information surrounding Jarrett's disappearance has left both his family and the Joseph City community in a state of deep concern and uncertainty. As authorities continue their investigation, supported by community efforts and resources, there remains a collective hope for Jarrett's safe return. Every passing I feel like I read this already. Every passing day heightens the urgency to locate him and shed light on the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. Despite on investigation of Jarrett Brooks' case, I'm tired, dude. Despite ongoing efforts, 16-year-old Jarrett Brooks remains missing and has not yet been found. The search for the teenager continues as law enforcement officials, in collaboration with the community, intensify their efforts to locate him. The Navajo County Sheriff's Office is actively leading the investigation. I wonder if we can pull the FOIA from there, you know? I'm gonna do something real quick. Or I'm gonna let that do that in the background. Let's see. There she is. All right. And I'm about to hook it up to my speaker. Hello, you've reached. I'm just kidding. Hello. Hold on. I'm gonna hook my speaker up real quick. Okay, how are you feeling? Yeah. No, your friend. Okay. I'm tired. Yeah. But yeah, again, I'm not. Hold on, let me hook it up.
Connected to you.
Okay. All right, you're on air. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, hi, friends.
Okay, I want to make sure. Let me get back over there. Make sure that everybody can hear good.
Okay.
So, all right, I got Trace on the phone. She is on the hook, and she knows this case more than. Just go. Like to hear it go. So let me know if y'all can hear it, and I'll try and testing. Play that shit. Just kidding. Okay. All right. I mean, much shit right here. Okay. All right. So thank you, Beach Mom. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, lady, I need to send you some money. Straight up, dude. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Libby says, or Libby says, I can hear. Hi, Trace. Everybody saying, hey, Trace.
Libby, I know Libby from, she's up on this case too. She knows a lot of it.
Well, good to have you here, Libby. I might get tongue twisted on that one again. But it's good to have you here. Okay, all ears.
Okay, where should I start? This case is 20 minutes away from my hometown. My hometown is 8,000 people. Joseph City is 2,000 people. So
that is tiny.
Very, very rural area up there. To the north are the Hopi and the Navajo reservations.
Okay.
And to the south is nothing but barren land. There's just land everywhere out there and little small towns that dot it.
Huh.
Very,
okay.
very rural.
I am going to share my map. Like Dora, the freaking explorer. I'm gonna try to. I'm not good, y'all, at this. I would love to be. It looks fun. Or you know what I mean. Oh God.
So the question about the binoculars. So and of course this is everything that I'm picking up from reading the reports from the Navajo County Sheriff's Department and reading the 2 pages that the family have, Facebook pages. So of course I'm not claiming that everything is 100%. Okay. But the family, the Navajo County says that the last place he was seen was at home by the family. The family says that there were some ranchers that saw him through binoculars in a field and he was holding a gun. His dad said he went back later and he looked and he found that Jarrett had taken a gun. And supposedly he had the gun, nothing else. His wallet wasn't gone. He didn't take a backpack or anything. So this would have been a kid just walking around with a gun.
Wow.
Supposedly these rancher, what it says in the statement was that this rancher people, family, whoever they are, they just call them the ranchers, didn't have Facebook, so they didn't realize he was missing. But Navajo County has not confirmed that. That is just what the family reports. However, they did bring the prison dogs over from Winslow and they searched that area. Supposedly, this again is not coming from Navajo County. It's coming from the family.
Right.
And that the prison dogs found his scent in that field and didn't go any further. It didn't go anywhere else. There's just, hold on.
That's okay.
Trenton, get Slinky Dog, please.
You better go. Yeah, sit down. Just kidding. Yeah, hush your
Oh
mouth.
my goodness. So that's just,
Where's my
I
mouth?
don't, there's just a lot of, it'd be really cool if the family would come on and,
Yeah.
tell us these things, because when you're seeing them and you're not seeing Neville County will come on and issue a statement and says, please rely on, our source and not just things you hear. Like, you kind of are reading between the lines. Like,
Ah, I just put my address up there.
uh-oh.
Back the hell out of there. Ah! Get out of here. Okay. I don't know. Stop sharing. There. Because I don't even know what I was doing anyway. So sorry about that. I freaked out. Anyways, little bit says, really trace on the case. Said the parents was, oh, really trace on the case. Said the parents was, I'm not going to say, of SA in 2004. That's no bueno. Again, probably not. I mean, we don't know that. I don't know that. So without that, it's just good to put a pin in it. That's what I always say. Just, put a pin in it, file it, and don't forget it. It'll come back if it's relevant, if it's it really bothers me too.
I know it's a hard thing because we do want to keep the focus on finding him. But you're right. That stuff's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And the people who need to be aware of that is law enforcement.
Yeah.
They're the people that need to be considering those kinds of things, because we can't go and arrest anybody or, make that's for them. All we can do is put out the word.
Right. Yeah, we can't look at Alex Cox. I mean, we couldn't go back on he has priors and
right,
everything, and it was so out of our hands. And this is too. We're just the public. We are just the general public who is interested and invested in doing our part to just spread greater light knowledge, if you will.
It is. The thing that I really, there are these things, and it's coming up on the Facebook groups, and what I just really wish is that the family would be open to hearing people have an open, honest discussion on these Facebook pages.
Definitely.
Because it feels very shut down. It feels like if you're not going to present something in the right narrative.
Okay. That right there is more of like-minded behaviors, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the criticism thing. Yeah.
On one of the Facebook pages, you even have to sign something to come onto it, that you're not going to bring up this, or you're not going to bring up this, or you're not going to bring up that. And I don't know, if my kid was missing, I would be like, bring on
it's
whatever
on.
you want to say.
Yes.
Bring on everyone. And this chat was posted on there, and nobody made any comments. Like, if I had a page for my missing kid and somebody was going to do a YouTube, I would be like, yes, thank you, share it with everyone. I'll be on there to talk with you.
Right. Let me know.
I have concerns.
I mean,
no theories discussed,
that is one thing that we did not do. We did not we didn't run a Facebook page. We just put it out there, and other people have, like there was True Crime Underground, there was Doomsday. They're all the, the 50 Shades of Gray.
For better, for worse.
I mean, I even have one that I don't tend to, I need to, but yeah, we got to talk about that. Anyways, but I mean, yeah, come one, come all. If this were if this were my child, my family, I don't give a shit. You can't hurt me.
Right.
And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just no, because then you're shutting people down. You should not do that. You can do it.
No.
You should not do it, because then it's just altering. It's stopping people from it's just truth is so much easier than all the, oh my God, the mind effery, the
Yeah.
mental gymnastics that one has to do to tiptoe around all the eggshells is absolutely horrifying.
The there's just all these other things too, like somebody will say, okay, what are the areas that have been searched? And the family will say, well, you'll have to ask Navajo County. We don't know any of that. And it's like, well, in that first beginning, supposedly they flew some drones and did some things, but I mean, and they said people were out on horseback. I mean, when they do those things, they tend to run like the grid searches.
Yeah.
And the family is usually aware of what's going on, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think I was watching, I Googled it on up, right? And I found a channel, I think it was like Juju something, I don't remember. And, they did like a live stream, and I was just kind of listening to it in the background while I was trying to compile everything. And they said, I already forgot what the hell I was gonna say. It was about the grid searches, and they had cadaver dogs, and then the handgun, the dad noticed the handgun was missing. I might have read it. And I didn't get to read all the things you sent me. I just have been screenshotting just kind of the oh, there are no theories discussed. Libby, that's crazy. Theories are, there's nothing wrong with theories. Jeez. We welcome them all.
It's like they don't want to hear what people are thinking unless it fits their narrative.
Exactly.
That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's not.
Hey,
I mean, it's a balancing act. These people are.
That's how I felt. That is exactly how I have felt in this side of the church. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, with all the people who were from Rexburg, they're not here anymore. They're not on my channel. They, but I love them no matter what. I just hope one day, I love them no matter what. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, Puerto Rican, if you stink, if you don't stink, if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're green, yellow, blue, red, purple, any other color in between. I don't care what gender you are. I definitely don't care what damn religion you are. Okay. But there's a kid missing. There are so many kids missing, and people get their shit all in the way, all the time. It's called not being, it's being selfish and not being selfless. You can't think about yourself whatsoever. You just do. You just go. And go ahead.
The statistics are there too, though. I mean, we know that just statistically, the parents.
You go right. You start right there, and you're the closest people to you. Denicia Rose says, "Look at the Dylan Rounds case. Yeah, those parents knew what needed to be done and begged everyone for help in the beginning. Then the FBI told them where and how to help search."
In that case, for some reason, I think of it a lot because, I don't know, the kid with the cowboy hat, but just being a very rural area, but those parents were on every last YouTube channel that they could. They knew exactly what was going on. They weren't like, we'll call them, we don't know. We'll call them, we don't know.
Right. Okay, I remember now. It was somebody said that Tim from Equus Search was in the chat or something. Not this chat, but or was joined up with one of the groups. I don't know where I heard that from, so don't quote me, anybody. But I was like, oh, good. I think me and Jason listened to it. That might have, I don't remember where.
I thought that they said that they had turn them down, that they wouldn't do it. Something about, there's also some very interesting things because he was last seen with a weapon. So certain websites and stuff, like the National Center for Exploited Missing Children, one of them, some of them will not put a child if they have a weapon. They won't list them on there.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And I thought I had read that those guys that you just brought up wouldn't come in on the case because they had to be listed on you know, one of those major.
Oh, hell. You know
Yeah.
what? Let me tell you something. First off, that's hearsay.
Yes.
Did they catch them on? Because they did have video cameras. They did have cameras in their home. I mean, you know, I read that too.
But the county, it doesn't say that anywhere on their website.
On
It
the
doesn't. So I personally don't think that Navajo County, the sheriff's department, has actually seen that, or I think they would have put out.
it's not
travel down
vetted.
with a weapon,
Ah,
you know?
so then you have a maybe this is a theory, okay? Nothing here is factual. We just some old bitches
Just discussion, yeah,
throwing
all
things around.
discussion.
Just know that
Yeah.
theories are welcome here. Please theorize. I don't care if it's a conspiracy theory. I don't give a shit. Just brainstorm. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. And okay, so I forgot. Go ahead. I hate when that happens. But I mean, okay, so let's say that he did not have a gun. Because I mean, let me show me. And like you said, it would be official. It'd be on the police website. It would be in their official, report. And so that's who the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and I always want to say Equifax, Equisearch should be basing their criteria off of, like,
You know what? That might have been what they said too. I think they might have said that Navajo County would have to bring them into it.
wow. I'm gonna play this one from Arctic Fox, y'all. Go subscribe to him. I will just play it real quick. It's maybe it's like 2 minutes long, but he's really good at he can talk and read and stuff. I can't. I suck at it. All right, let's see. Y'all, I need to go to bed. Let's see.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we
I
are
hate that it's
looking
so
at the
low.
missing persons case
I can't make it
of
louder.
16-year-old Jarrett Brooks, who is missing out of Joseph City, Arizona. Jarrett is 6 foot tall and weighs 140 pounds with blonde hair. He currently has a mullet, but the mullet could have been cut off. He was last seen in Joseph City, Arizona on the 4th of July, 2023 at around 6:30 a.m. Jarrett was last seen wearing a
Yes,
black shirt
I
with
know her.
America
That's who I was
on
talking
it,
about.
a dark ball cap, blue jeans, and square-toed cowboy boots. He will talk to almost anyone. He's described as being a really kind kid. The family's located near I-40, so Jarrett could be anywhere at this time. His family and friends are very concerned about his safety and his well-being. Anyone that has information on Jarrett or his whereabouts is asked to get in contact with the Navajo County Sheriff's Office at 928-524-4050 or to dial 911. Guys, this young man's been missing for 10 days at this point, and unfortunately, there is no Amber Alert out for Jarrett at
That's
this
terrible.
time, so we are going to have to be his Amber Alert. What I need you guys to do is to give the video a like. It does help more people to see Jarrett's face, and the more people that see him, the better the chances are that we can bring him home safe.
Oh, sorry.
Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, consider clicking that subscribe button. It really does help the channel
Y'all go
out.
ahead. I just
And
put
if
his
you ring that notification bell, you'll
this link in the chat.
time to do, and it can make all
What
the
is
difference in the
chilling? We are going to have to be his Amber Alert.
Isn't that terrible?
That's
What's
wow.
why? I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It bothers me. It
Yeah.
makes my damn voice quiver. And y'all too. I know it does. I feel so bad because I really don't have answers. Like I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you know? What y'all know.
I mean, and it's almost 2 months,
That's a long effing time. That is long. Like,
It is.
I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Why? There's no point in sugarcoating anything. It does nobody no good. Just like it does nobody no good to be sensitive.
Right.
Now is not the time to be all sensitive and defensive, and it's just You shut the hell up and you you listen, you read, and you don't stop looking until June 9th, 2020. You know,
Yeah.
that's when you're like, and that's we're blessed because many people
Yeah.
don't even ever find their missing loved ones, and I can't imagine that kind of hell.
Yeah.
Whew. But I mean, I mean, I know that okay, so he got punished, and let me look in my history on YouTube, and because I mean, I watched a couple of videos that I mean, obviously filled me more in than I'm doing because I'm remembering things, but I don't want to repeat them.
Right. Well, like I said, there's a timeline. The parents put it out. I think they took it off of their Facebook page, but somebody had posted it on the Navajo County Sheriff's Department on their page, and so it's there. It's listed, but it's really interesting to me because it says like the mom got up at 5:30. It was the 4th of July, and she had to get his younger sisters to some place by 7:30. They were going to be in the parade, and so she was up at 5:30. Jarrett came out, and this is again going from memory. I'm not reading it. Jarrett came out and said, "Am I grounded from the car?"
That shit I used to do.
Or am I? Yeah, he said, "Am I grounded from just the car?" Because he had broken the axle on the car, taking it off-roading.
Yeah.
And so he said, "Am I grounded from just the car, or am I grounded like
how grounded am I? What am I?
Like I think he was asking, like, can I go to the parade today?
Yes.
And so she said, "No, you're grounded from everything." Now Dad's still asleep. And so she said she took the shower. She didn't see him. She thought maybe he had gone outside with his dog.
Which was not abnormal, she said, right?
Yeah. So then she took the girls to wherever they needed to be at 7:30. She said she didn't see him when she left, but she thought maybe he had just left anyway because he wanted to be in the parade, and he was going down there to be in the parade. Now, the parade at 7:30. What time was the parade at? It's the 4th of July.
I don't know.
That's
freaking
because
early.
That was really confusing me. Like, you have to go down there 8 hours ahead of time, or
that's some early shit.
So that was a question I had. What time was the actual parade? Then after she dropped the girls off, she said she went around looking for him and stopped at some of his friends' house and talked to their parents. But meanwhile, Dad's not even awake yet. So, like, I was just
8:30.
Like, you would be driving around
by yourself,
friends.
Yeah,
but you haven't even told your husband yet that he's gone.
And
the other thing that really made me wonder, especially out in a rural area, because I was a teenager, and teenagers could go off around the time. I mean, if you're grounded doesn't mean you're hanging out with your friends and go take your dog for a walk or something. And you really would. I mean, if you're missing a 4-year-old in an hour, okay, but like your 16-year-old, like. I just don't think I'd be so worried within an hour,
No,
I don't know.
He's 16. I mean, he I'm sure, I can only imagine he's all boy, country.
So,
my brother is like that.
I just found that surprising that they were worried so quickly because, like he's upset. He went off and walked his dog, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. But again, all speculation on my part.
And
but
rumors.
On the timeline, it's really interesting to look at those things because all of these questions start popping up,
Let me tell you something too. Just about everything in the beginning is usually right on point. Okay? I mean, think about that. I look back to the very bare bones of ours, and I'm just like, oh my God, we just really didn't know all the details. But everything, yeah. And I mean, so that's why I always circle back and I orbit back to the beginning things because, I mean, it's usually the most truthful.
And that's what the sheriff department has said that because it looked like, I guess it was like a couple weeks before they went and searched the home. And so people were asking the sheriff's department, why did it take you a while? And they said, well, we've gotten no confirmed leads or sightings. So we've had to go back to the beginning, back to the very first place we saw him or he disappeared. And they said that we're not necessarily investigating the appearance. We're just trying to go back to the last place he was seen.
Right. Okay. And so I wonder how I wonder how big that department is. Probably
Yeah,
too tiny.
not big.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't expect it to be.
yeah.
Well, so I made a little presentation just now. That's pretty cool. And it's from the screenshots you sent me of the timeline. Okay.
Okay.
So it says Jarrett Brooks, a 16-year-old boy, went missing. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Back that ass up. All right. Just a little over 6 weeks ago, our small town. And so who wrote this? Because it says
There's a woman, her name is
Charisse.
Charlesy, I think is her
Charissa?
name. It has a weird spelling, but I think
Okay.
I saw somewhere that's right, Charlesy. And she is apparently, her son is a friend of Jarrett's there in Joseph City.
Hey, Chelsea. Hey, girl. I know. It's good to see you here. Yes, poor family. Yes. Poor I hope Jarrett, if you're listening, young man, boy, you better call your mama. You better call the cops. You better call us. Please. Thank you. Drive through, please. No. I mean, you know what I mean, we've all been teenagers before.
Right.
The closest I got to running away was when I was 7. And I was like, it reminds me of times like JJ, when I would look at we lived by an airport, so I would hear the planes all the time. And I would pack a little bag. My mom calls me a bag child since I was like a early teenager because I was always gone. And, or trying to go somewhere, and I would, like, put, books or whatever in my little bag, and I would go stand outside and I'd wait for an airplane, and I'd be like not the plane, but anyways,
Yeah.
something to that effect, just like, "Come pick me up."
Well,
And
I my oldest daughter, she's a foster child and I adopted her, and there was a lot of issues, and she ran away as a teenager. And
Mhm.
the thing is that there was always somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody that
Yeah.
had heard from her.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what is so ironic about this, is that whenever Haley ran, I did my duty by calling, the missing persons detective and reporting it and doing all the things I needed to do. But
Yeah.
ultimately, I would hear things, and I didn't fear she was.
You're right. You aren't trying to
like
be
I
a
said,
helicopter, a hovercraft, like, not trying to spook her. Because
So,
it's delicate,
yeah.
It's
But
complex.
when there's nothing, and especially like a first time runner, because they said there's no history of him running away and stuff like that.
Right.
But running from a small town, because I lived in a small town and I thought about running away as a kid, and the only option was really catching all the truckers are up and down I-40 right there. So, hitchhiking and hoping a trucker would pick you up. That's really the only way you're going to get out of these small towns. Nobody's going to take you and not tell somebody that they're taking you. Nobody's going to pick you up and somebody didn't see it.
Somebody
These
knows.
days, with cell phones and then being able to check everything, and he didn't have his phone with him, obviously. There was no way to plan something like that.
I know. It's so freaky. And you know what? Oh my God. Y'all, my dad, me and Todd, his real dad, my stepdad that raised me, our dad, he owned a trucking company, a dump truck, like dump truck service and everything, but all the all that shit. And but so he wasn't like a long haul trucker, and I'm not saying anything bad about long haul truckers, but there's just things that happen. Look at Alex Cox. He was a long haul trucker.
Yeah.
Mother trucker. You know what Mike Stroud's son is too. For shitters. I'm not playing. I'm not even making that one up at all.
Yeah.
I wish I was. And it bothers me whenever you said, about this kid, you had let us know in our little group text weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I just haven't had time, right? And then whenever I heard either from the text within our group text or somewhere, it caught my attention. I think it was in the text. And I was like, White Mountains, like it just pow, it slapped me, and I was like, mm-mm.
Well, and where the family lived before, and without getting into too much detail, I think they moved after, because there was a jail sentence for them. It was a very short jail term or whatever. But then it seemed like after that, he was the fire chief up there by Sholo,
And I don't like that. That bothers me.
Linden. And so they seem to have moved from the White Mountains down further, toward I-40 and
Oh,
a
hell
little bit, an
no.
hour and a half away.
Let me show
Whereas
you.
before they would have been right up there.
Let me show you. Let me show you something. Well, go ahead, keep talking because I got to type it in. I mean, I have it on my map, but Eager, Arizona. Because this is how I found out what, Chad and Lori's 7 missions. And one of them was to build camps or whatever in the White Mountains of Arizona. And then I find out that this dude, Mike Stroud, and I mean, I'm just saying this because it's the White Mountains. I mean, it's nothing but that kind of lifestyle. So, I mean, they only live an hour and whatever from where Jarrett disappeared from. It's not out of the realm. I'm just saying. Mike Stroud was a seminary teacher for Jason Mao. Jason Mao is now a seminary teacher. They're LDS. They're all LDS. I mean, they're farmers. They all, you know what I mean? The birds of a feather flock together. And God dang it, let me find it. It's gonna bother me. Let's see. All right, I'm looking.
Yes, it's true. The Navajo reservation is right there.
Oh yeah, what about that prison or something?
And the Hopi reservation is just a little bit over that way. It's just a very rural area.
Okay, share this tab instead. Okay, so this is Eager. This is where Mike Stroud lives. Okay, and hold on. Whoa. Oh, I get button happy. I really do. Let's see. Well, you can see my favorite places. My bad. Okay. I know I favorited it. That's a hard word to say. Eager. And so, because I thought this was so interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a side tangent, but it's kind of not. It's kind of the same damn thing. This is where Mike Stroud lives, and he's like he built like a commune, and it's called Running Waters something. I forgot. I've slept since then, but I don't know how to use this. I'm gonna go Google me up how to learn how to freaking navigate. Damn Google Maps.
I tried to do it too. I couldn't, and but some of it, like in the city, there's street cams and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's really neat to do because you can I just saw where Google launched a whole different kind of interface, where you can, I don't know what it's called because my brain capacity does not hold that anymore. But yeah.
We're gonna have to watch a YouTube video on Google Maps.
Yes, go to YouTube school. It's the best. It is the best. Oh, wait. Okay. I remember, I think. Good. You have to talk though.
I have to talk.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can answer some of these questions.
Okay.
If his friends are not worried, then they probably know a lot more. I tend to disagree with that because of, I don't want to make what's the word? I don't want to make generalizations, but this is an LDS town, and LDS kids are good kids. They're
and they stick together
to be good and helpful, and I just don't think that the kids in that town with an investigation going on like this, that's big. When you're in a little town and something's going on around you, you're like, oh wow, this is, and so I think at that point they would come forward with anything that they knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if not that, there's $50,000 out there. Okay,
there is 50,000.
They're
yeah,
not the really honest kids, but they're the kids that would go for the $50,000. I don't.
Right.
I don't think the kids in the town
And
know
so,
anything.
okay, so he has his own vehicle, right? And so he must have his driver's license, right? Or maybe his permit.
Well, I think he don't have a driver's license. His wallet was found in the vehicle that I guess he had taken off road. I never heard it say that was his own vehicle, just it was a family vehicle, but he had been
Okay.
told not to take it off roading. But that they found his wallet in that vehicle in a pair of gym shorts or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was supposed to be able to, he was supposed to go that morning to the open gym or something. I wonder where that is. Hold on.
That would have been, I'm sure, at the high school.
Right.
They do have a, well, I think when I was maybe about in junior high, they built a really nice high school there.
So he's not being homeschooled because
No, oh, she said he was. The mom said he was.
that's weird. Okay. I mean, I'm not throwing shade, but I'm just like, that's inconsistent, you know?
Ever since COVID, it's so
Weird. My
easy
daughter
for
does the
people to
same
just
thing.
be like, I think a lot of people are not doing anything with their kids, and they're just they're homeschooled now. It's just so easy to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Am I close? Where the hell am I? I'm not looking for John Wayne. That's for sure. Let's back the truck up. What the hell? I will get better at this, yeah. One day. Allegedly. Let's see. Eager.
The girls.
I wonder if he
wow,
had a
sorry.
girlfriend. I wonder if he had a girlfriend. You know? Like,
Oh, I have not heard anything about that in the comments or seen any comments. I don't know if Libby has seen any. I know she's been around those pages and things. But I haven't seen anything that, that he had a girlfriend or had an ex-girlfriend or, no, I don't know. And I don't know.
yeah, I don't either. I haven't heard anything about that, thus far.
Yeah.
Let me get the hell out of here.
Libby says no, she hasn't heard of anything about a girlfriend either.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I'm at. I'm in Louisiana. That's where I'm at. But I mean, I wish I was better at this. I will be one day. This is not something I do on the norm.
Right.
But so I went back to this finding and make sure. Am I on the do I have? Yeah, I do. Sorry, I didn't finish a question or an answer because this is how me and Jason talk to each other. We finish each other's freaking sentences,
My brain works
and
too.
I'm like, it handicaps me, okay? Because I don't finish a damn thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, stop.
All right.
Okay, so this is what's based off of what you sent me and what I got to upload before. So this is from this Charisse or whatever from that Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it says just a little over 6 weeks ago, our small town was flipped upside down. Wow, she's a poet and she didn't even know it. Jarrett Brooks, a 16-year-old boy, went missing. All right. Let's see here. His parents went around that morning asking community members at our this is horrible colors. Asking community members at our 4th of July celebration if they had seen him. If who had seen him? Oh, members, okay. No one had. Okay, where's my little controls? Oh, let's move it. All right. Fast forward a couple of hours, and we learned that Jarrett's disappearance was looking more serious than we had initially thought. Immediately, we all stopped our 4th of July festivities and began searching. There were community members climbing all over town, searching every nook and cranny, and it became apparent that communication was frazzled, chaotic, and confusing. Ugh. There was a need for a more cohesive way to organize the search. Yeah,
That makes sense.
big time. From the need of a more organized search, this group was created for a few reasons. I guess this is the Facebook group she's referring to. One, like mentioned above, there was a need for a more organized way to search for Jarrett. Okay. Correct. There were community members climbing all over town searching what the hell? Okay, let me. Yeah, that one already played. Okay, let's do this again. Am I going in a circle? Speaking of chaos. All right, here we go. The authorities who were organizing search parties needed to get information out to the community. They needed to let people know to avoid certain They needed to let people know to avoid certain areas where they were working so they know where it was, or where search dogs were being used so that evidence wouldn't be compromised.
Right.
That's pin. Put a pin in that. There were community members searching where others had already searched, and that's okay too. I've been watching
Well,
search
better
and
than nobody doing
rescues.
anything, you know?
Right. I mean, if they've cleared it, I mean, again, I've been watching search and rescue. That's the kind of our dive after Stephen Avery, and this woman. You know, the search team went out and they stopped 50 yards the day before, where they found, you know, a deceased missing person the next day. Just that the day before, you know, but he had died way before that. But still, it
Yeah.
bothered her. And it's just the toll that it takes on these on the boots on the ground. Those people, you people, you know?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I mean, and it makes sense. Like that, like when I'm hearing that, I'm like, I could see that. I can see how a whole small town, you know what I mean? But what I can't see is that 6
Nobody.
weeks later, nobody knows where has been searched, and nobody knows if they want to go out searching.
And they're
where to
farmers
go.
with cameras and guns and shit. Damn it.
Yeah.
And so they're small. I mean, my gut doesn't say, "Rah," you know, but
Mhm.
again, I'm not, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what y'all's guts say. You know, just what do you know, do y'all think he's okay? Do you, we're always going to hope, you know, so, but just, it's that gut feeling. Try not to ignore that because it's always right.
Well, I mean, I know that we don't want to get into
Right.
the history there because
We can. I mean, it is what
it's
it
not
is.
pretty, you know, but it's hard for me to see past that. It really is. It really is.
Okay. And so I only know a little bit. Can you do it in a PG kind of way? I guess. If you want to. If not, you know, I understand too. Trying to think. There have been allegations or charges or time served.
There was, so when this case first came up, it being right, you know, 20 minutes away from the little town that I grew up in, you know, it was on the pages there and stuff. And I was talking with one of my friends, and we were like, something is weird about this. And we immediately did a search of the parents' names, and we caught it right away. The others, it seemed like it was about a month before other people realized that this history was there. But it's an article. Well, there were several articles, but there's one in particular that goes through the hearing that they had where the plea agreement was accepted. And it was the mom and the dad. They pled guilty to, I guess they were luring some teenagers in to babysit for them. let's say there was alcohol.
Let's say allegedly too.
Well, they
I'm
pled
just
guilty and
yeah.
they did jail time for this stuff.
Yeah.
So
So it is what it is.
but right. And the article is quoting what was presented in the court hearing. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't have any, but there was genital piercing of teenage girls going on, pictures of it being taken.
Oh hell
sex
no!
That's being
I
sex
hell
being,
no!
performed in front of teenage girls.
Oh god!
So there was no actual hands-on, but
that we know
the
of.
grooming stuff
That we know of.
and therefore they didn't have to register as sex offenders because it wasn't an actual hands-on sex crime. But
loopholes.
Yeah, loophole.
I
There you
fucking
go.
hate loopholes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Allegedly, and in my opinion.
Fuck loopholes. I said it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. God. Them damn loopholes. I mean.
And plea agreements, and
backdoor, and I don't mean that. I don't mean that literally.
They need to stop. They need to stop with these plea agreements, letting people off. You don't plead them out to one thing and drop 12 other charges.
Right.
So the way I see it is that even if it wasn't related to some kind of sex crime, it just tells me something about what the parents are capable of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as, if you're capable of that kind of inappropriate behavior, what else is it that, there's just not a lot of empathy for the teenagers that they were doing that to, or
right.
Just a lack of something there that really makes you wonder. I mean, they could have been angry because he broke that piece of the thing and lost control, and maybe it doesn't have anything to do with that, but that crime still says something to me about it.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. Like right now I'm just kind of showing the Facebook pictures. And there's a tomorrow, Navajo County. Please join us on Saturday, August 19th, tomorrow night, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. in Joseph City, Arizona, to increase awareness of Jarrett Brooks and other missing children. Hashtag search for Jarrett Brooks and hashtag bring Jarrett home. I mean, okay, it's a candlelight vigil. Well, I mean, look for him.
Yeah, that's, oh my God. Okay,
light the torches and not F the candles and light the torches and go with all your ATVs.
Organize a search. Yeah. Organize a search or go hold
horseback, camel. I don't give a shit. Just go.
Right.
And I saw in this last picture, it says the Truckers Missing Children Project. So please see and share posts from Truckers Against Trafficking. So I'm going to copy this link and I'll put this in the chat also. Y'all, I'm not, I still don't like the computer, right? I'm a cell phone user. Trace too.
Well, you're pretty good at Googling that.
I can rule the world from my cell phone.
Me too.
So this the Facebook one that I'm on, because I just joined it today. It just let me right on in, and I offered.
There's one that has like 260 people, and that's where we have to sign something that you're not going to talk about this, that, and the other.
Let me tell you something. I don't even know where the hell I was. Okay, over here. I have so many Facebooks open. This one is a search for Jarrett Brooks. I want to say there were like 7,000. Yes, 7,400 people.
And then the other one is Jarrett Brooks missing or something like that. I know Donna got on that one. But I ain't gonna let you on there now, Chris.
Well, whatever.
Well, it's just clear they don't want an open discussion.
That's
you know, and I
terrible.
mean, I hate to say it, but
I get shut down by the
discussion
Mormons.
is awareness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying you go out and you just act a fool like Summer Wells' parents, you know, but you know, Michael, the little Michael, what's his name?
Monkey.
Vaughn,
Michael Monkey.
His family was very respectful about going out and speaking to everyone, and the same with what's the one we were talking about earlier? The Dylan Rounds. You know,
Rounds,
they were
yeah. Look, there's
so
us right now. Look, bam, live. See
you
that?
gotta get out there and do it. You know.
I'm gonna wave to us. Hey. Well, it must be
Hello,
really, really, really
lovebirds.
slow.
Come talk.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, finally. Search for Jarrett Brooks. Ashley Dean. It says search for Jarrett Brooks. I work at Wild Women's Saloon in Overguard. When I first heard of Jarrett missing, it was due to me serving Jarrett's grandparents a few times. They called me Red. However, they informed me of him missing, asking if I could post a flyer, and we kind of sarcastically joked about how if I seen him, I would have sure, I don't know what she's saying. I'd assured them I'd bring him back in one piece. Oh my God, I can't read. In one piece, even if I had to take him out or drag him home. Being a mother myself, my heart broke for his mother and father, and grandparents as well. I never would have imagined that over a month later he would still be missing. I just wanted to let the family know, grandparents especially, that every day I think about you guys, and I pray he finds his way home, and I hope your family can have a peace and da 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 da. I'm okay. All right, high five, Red. But I mean, so are they trying to collect money or anything? That you know of?
I did see a GoFundMe. When I searched that name, CHARLYSE, there's a GoFundMe, but it's funny because I haven't seen
Pushing.
Right.
It's kind of yeah.
And when I saw it, I thought there had been about $6,000 raised, but the goal was like 50,000.
Good.
So I did see that, but then I also saw a note that she was stepping down. That she was maybe getting a lot of pressure and things like that.
Yeah, because people, I mean, they can be assholes. I don't care. I don't care if you are being just Saint Teresa, and you have been Saint Teresa. There are some ass mother freaking holes. Okay, I've seen people say some really shitty stuff to Mandy and Todd. You know, like, what are you doing? Screw you. You know, like who is you? That's what I say. But no. So this is from Brian Brooks. This is his dad. And this is August 9th. And he says, you want openness and honesty? Here you go. I pray for you daily. I pray daily for you, Jarrett Brooks, to come home safely. I cry daily from the pain of missing my son. I want to crawl in a hole thanks to people. Okay. Oh, here's okay. Yeah, the complex thing. I want to crawl in a hole thanks to people who want to crucify, vilify, and persecute us for mistakes and poor decisions we made almost 20 years ago. I get that. I've made a fair share of my own mistakes. Okay. But I try to be just as upfront with everybody and open because, I mean, I'll tell you anything, just
right.
I'm not freaking perfect. So I can understand kind of this right here.
He does. There is a post where he addresses it.
It seems like I read that. So mistakes and poor decisions we made and have learned from. I know nothing we say or do will change the minds of those people, and I need to forget about them and realize that there are far more dark, far more sinners. No, I'm joking. Far more people that have learned who we are today and support us and love us. It's not about you. It's right now. Like, I'm just like, it's about Jarrett. That's the focus needs to go there. I'm not being ugly. That's my gut reaction.
And frankly, when they've reposted it a few times. I've seen it on both sites, and he does address it, but honestly, it's all excuses. Like, I would almost rather him just say, I'm not going to deal with this right now. Right now, it's about my
shut your mouth. Yeah.
Or go.
Yeah, we'll deal with it later. Yeah.
And pull out somebody can go out there and pull the the court documents and see. I haven't seen anybody do that.
Y'all, I mean, during our time, there was True Crime Underground, and I mean, love the group, right? But Carl Danger, I'm like, he's an asshole. That dude's an asshole. But I still appreciate the ever-loving shit out of him for his abrasiveness, for everything. Because I'm like, something, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, something happened. There's a reason he's here. There's a reason he is so dead set, dedicated to doing what he's doing. I appreciate it. No matter what, I may not agree with it. I just like, what the hell is this problem? But then I found out that his son.
There's a reason why Carl does what he does. There's a reason why you do what you do. There's a reason why I come from that county, having had experiences, feel strongly the way I do. You know what I mean?
That's why we're all here. There's something we connect with, and that's that fiber, that just, I don't know.
Right.
It's beautiful. It's a silver lining, if you will. We said it around here long before. Anyways, but it's a bittersweet type of thing, it's tragedy that brings you together, and our experiences in our past, and so
Jane's journey. Alex did pass through Holbrook, and Holbrook is 10 minutes away from Joseph City. But that freeway I-40, that's just one of the main thoroughways through that part of Arizona. It's the old Route 66 is what it is. Route 66 used to go right through Holbrook, right through Joseph City, right through my hometown of Winslow. And I remember it. I was 5 years old. My babysitter was right on the street there, and the traffic was coming. We would see famous people's tour buses. And then when I was about 9, they built the interstate, and the small towns just dried up. It was really sad to see.
I liked the video. Might as well, huh? Y'all might not be able to see it yet, but
I'm not. I can't.
I passed over us again in Facebook, and I liked it. I liked my own videos, what I'm saying. This is Kyle Van Heck. Please reach out to me on Messenger. I do believe I have a good lead. That's July 31st. And a time frame near an intersection I can provide. Girlfriend and I were driving to Circle K, and I saw a tall blonde guy with a mullet hat and I believe red suitcase, and commented to my girlfriend, America, because I read it on his shirt. And I wondered what he was doing and if he was homeless, because he didn't look homeless. He didn't look homeless. And I recognized the homeless people on this main road. I even asked my girlfriend, what's the guy doing, because he looked out of place. I do believe I can provide an accurate timestamp and intersection location to investigate. I thought about this all night and this afternoon. I do believe it was him. Either way, I think it would be worth looking into. So this is what I do. This is what I've done this entire since Lori Damn Daybell and Chad Damn Daybell were born. So you go into the comments, you read them, and that's what you do. And that is where it's at, because there's people call this number, that it just leads you. I mean, I've ended up in some weird places, and I'm just like, okay, whatever it takes.
Yes. And I saw you left them a very nice comment about that with your advice on that, read through all of those, but they can't shut them down, because when people start talking to each other in those groups, they're like, they shut it all down. It's very monitored in a way that
is. It's called conditional. It's what it's called.
Yeah. And you have to just let people talk.
You got to be worthy
Um,
enough, right? It's good.
yeah,
It's a like-minded behavior thing. I'm telling you.
yeah.
Um. Okay. That. Oh, look how cute! Look how cute he is. He's so handsome. With his little cowboy hat.
He does. I can't see what you're looking at, but
Oh. Last scene. Okay. It's a missing poster. But he's like raising his cowboy hat. Or putting it back on. Or
Kristen, your poster is so good because it shows a picture of him with the mullet and it shows a picture of him either without it or where you don't see, and it's very different looking. So that was really good that you did that.
Thank you. I mean, I
You
was.
think that the sheriff's department could like. I
Look,
don't think there's.
this is what this pisses me off right here, because I noticed this in another one. An admin turned off commenting for this post. Why would you do that? Why?
They do
Why?
that to a lot of them.
So, and I think one of the excuses was, I don't know if it's the private investigator or not, but because it seemed like it was. Wherever I read it, it was in Facebook somewhere, and it was just like, well, because we can't come back and keep answering the same questions. Yes, the F you can. You do.
Right.
It's what you do. You have moderators, you have people. You don't run the page. You step away from the page, you go take care of you, because that's the only thing you can do right now. Because you have other kids and everything. So you take care of you. You let other people do this. You don't try to control it. You can't. You have no control.
Exactly. Yes, you have to let it. Yeah, and yes, and you can, if you give up the control and you let other people come in and just guide and they're too busy trying to shut it down. It's not what I've seen on other missing persons cases.
That's not good advice, in my opinion.
Oh, I wanted to tell Jane. So,
okay, Donna.
Jane, as far as Alex going to Phoenix, so when you come in on I-40, you can either go, you'll go to Winslow, and up there you can turn and you can go up through Payson, and you can go, it takes you to the East Valley, or you can go to Flagstaff on I-40 and take I-17 and take the major freeways up. It's about, Phoenix is about 3.5 hours from Joseph City. It's 2 hours from Flagstaff off of I-40. So, and those are pretty much the only two ways from that area that you can get to Phoenix.
Okay. Well, we'll be going to Arizona. We're going to come light your state up.
We're going to have some weekend adventures.
This is a private group, Joseph City Mystery. Huh. I'm gonna go. I'm nosy, I guess.
Well, I mean, this is how people find things out.
Exactly.
And you meet people, like I met Libby and.
Right.
Libby.
That's how I met you guys. I mean, just through this, just the worst freaking thing possible, the worst case, the worst time in someone's life, and then you meet, you don't expect to, but you do. Right. It's really cool. And I hope you feel better, Donna. Donna's
I know.
She's going feel better. She's going heal herself. We're not translated beings and shit. Not yet.
Poor Donna.
So this says we have made a group about, and there's only 36 people in this. It's a private group. We have made a group about the mystery behind Jarrett Brooks' disappearance. This group allows the good, the bad, and the ugly.
There you go.
Way to go, Tia Naomi.
Yep.
No sugarcoating to keep people happy. You have an opinion, a concern, or information regarding Jarrett, then please join the group and let your voice be heard. All right, we're gonna join.
Okay, that's what I've been waiting for, was for somebody to do that.
Let's get Jarrett to safety so we can all know. I'm sorry, I'm away from my mic when I do that. So we all know this has a happy ending after all. We won't deny your post because it's not something we want to hear. I mean, that's the real deal, Holyfield, right there, because you just have to you check your shit at the door, because you don't count no more.
Right.
It's called
And there's
having
also
kids and being a
not this
parent.
big elephant in the middle of the room.
It sucks. I've danced around that elephant
Yes,
for
I know you
4
have.
effing years. And I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, and I still kind of do sometimes, but not so much lately. I'm a little,
We don't dance around them.
and
We
it's
take them head on.
right. I mean, it's silly. It's silly. And I mean, agree to disagree. We're all pretty much, most of us are all going for the same thing. We just have
Yeah.
different routes and different ways and different views of going at it. That's all.
And and I'm not saying they have to, but if they did a little bit, like, or a friend or so, we put this forum on there and said, come talk to us. If somebody is from there and they know a different side of the family, then come let us know that. Tell us about it. I don't think of us as closed-minded people.
No, I'm very, I'm like even trying to pry mine open more.
Yeah.
I'm like, just let it come out. That's the battle I have with myself. Cause I'm like, I just don't want to be labeled, and it's too late,
Yeah.
cause I mean, shit, people are like, label, label, label.
Mhm.
I don't like her. I mean, I remember seeing comments about, me doing this, my channel or whatever, in Reddit, and for the most part, really nice, and I mean, again, I don't like being around yes men. Okay. I like challenges. It makes me dig deep. And somebody was like, I was having a really hard time putting sentences together. I sounded like I had had strokes, right? Because of the trauma. And it may be over for, I mean, for just a follower or just somebody keeping up with the case, it's not traumatic at all to you or to that person. To me, I'm still in it. And then people are like, well, Alex is dead. And I'm like, well, goody, goody gumdrops. But doesn't mean that Jesus card landed in my living room. Alex was already dead. There you go. Anyways. So it's just like, but I couldn't say it. I can't say that. I couldn't say it at that time, but they just said that they couldn't really listen because I couldn't really keep my, with my ADHD and everything. And I'm just like, oh, well, fuck them. It is what it is. Are you there? Did you leave me? You left me. Oh, no. Where you at? Trace on the case. Are you there? I don't know. The phone's still on. I was reading this though, and it's you can't hear me? Turn your phone on. No, I didn't mute myself. Can you guys hear me? Now can you hear me? No, I cannot. Let me check my speaker. What the hell did she say? Hold on. Oh. I think I just turned my speaker off. Hold on. Hold on.
Battery 40%.
Yeah, I'm trying to hook it back up through my speaker. Okay. We're good. Hey, Natalie. Trace? Oh, let me put it through the speaker. Right speaker. Okay.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
And we're live. No.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Yeah, usually when we meet backstage and stuff, she'll dip out and she'll come back. Dip out and come back. She orbits. Remember that one day?
Yeah. Up and down, back and forth, back and forth.
I was like, okay. But this comment, this comment right here is in that group, the cool group we just found, right? And it says, and it's from somebody named Billy, and it says, help truly, but I don't think so. It's just a half-ass. You just take screenshots, okay? Billy says, help truly, but I don't think we need alien theories in the group. No, you're not a threat. Sometimes network. Oh my God. I'm thirsty. No, you're not a threat. Sometimes networking is all you need to do instead of sounding like you're blaming the parents. Oh, God. What was the situation at home? Do you have proof that he had a bad life at home? Do you have proof that aliens are involved? And when you add PS, whatever the hell that is, it definitely reads like shaming. And who gives a shit? And
Right.
instead of asking the question, can he be legally emancipated at 16? Why put that out there? Look the information up. That is true. I ain't gonna lie. And if you feel the need to continue to assist, wonderful. I can't help if you feel some kind of way about being removed from a chat where you even an admin or mod on the page. I'm much better at reading to myself in my own head. And so you removed me from a group chat about Jarrett. Why? Then requested to join the group we've made after I was denied the right to ask legit questions. On the other groups, which apparently is a problem to a few people. Coming from someone who made flyers, copied over 1,700 flyers and passed them out for multiple days, painted 2 rocks. I saw her video.
I did too.
They do TikToks, changed my profile picture every time the flyer was updated, shared every post I could, and I wasn't allowed to ask a legit question in the group. And I was removed from a group chat. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Am I some kind of threat now that I've started asking questions? Sounds like Serena Sharp. Just kidding. Anyways, instead of just do
Those
what
are
I
such
do.
valid points. I mean, people are out there. If they are not being truthful and they're not allowing this to play out publicly, people are out there putting in the effort.
Yeah, you just gotta
And-
shut up. You gotta
if
shut
you
up.
want that, then you have to, go with the flow with the other stuff. It all comes together,
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't like drama. I definitely don't like drama.
I know.
But I don't even know what this is. I can get out. Oh, media release. There we go. Navajo County Sheriff's Office. And this was August 8th, 2023. Media release. And then all right. So for more information, contact Tori Gorman at the NCSO. I don't know what PIO is, but the 928-524-4154. Okay. Oh, that's aliens. Sorry. I was like, uh-oh. We're going to read this anyways. Holbrook, Arizona on July 4th, 2023, Jarrett Brooks was reported as a runaway juvenile out of the Joseph City area. Navajo County Sheriff's Office detectives have been actively working this case for 36 days. There have been no confirmed sightings to date. And that was August 8th. The detectives' investigation led them to the family's residence. Huh. Just that one little sentence. The detectives' investigation led them to the family's residence. Jarrett's last known location. Ding. In attempts to find leads on Jarrett's whereabouts and information surrounding his disappearance. The search of the family's residence does not imply that the parents are it doesn't imply that they are, okay, I kind of said that weird, are persons of interest. Being that there has been no furtherance on leads, the detectives have started back to where he was last seen, his home, and now working forward. The sheriff's office is still seeking information from the public on any sightings or information on his whereabouts. The intention of our office is to locate Jarrett safely and reunite him with his family. We would like to remind the public to only utilize vetted sources for information such as our social media. Oh, where the hell you at? Okay.
And see, that's where I just really like the whole when they say that they have the video of him taking the gun. Like if the sheriff's department had seen that video, wouldn't they be obligated to put somewhere in there that he could be carrying a weapon? Or there's just no confirmation of any of that, which really makes me wonder if the family's being honest.
Yeah. Trust me, it will. If they're not, it's gone. The truth will come out. It always does.
Yeah.
Whoa, hello. It always has, it always will. It and it doesn't do it in the time in which, we're like, come on, come home.
Yeah.
I mean, like Lori
Yeah.
being arrested, Chad still just, just being Chad, just a turd. That's what Chad is. Just a big turd.
Yeah.
And I mean, that ate our asses. That ate our lunch, because
Yeah.
ew. And he was trying to bond her out,
And there's still stuff that's going to come out, at his trial. I mean,
hopefully.
It
I
comes
mean,
out.
geez. And if not, you know what? I am, I'm gonna vaguely say this, but I received information the other day that the new prosecuting or the prosecuting attorney in Arizona,
Mhm.
she's vicious and she's ready to tear into that ass.
Yes.
She's ready she's ready for Lori. And
Oh, that is the best news ever.
isn't it? So just know that it looks
Going-
a lot better.
going-
The horizon, looks a little better. I hope it's
That's
just
great.
not gonna babysit her like Idaho did. Protect her, kid gloves, all that shit. And I'm glad that she's like not gonna be able to like get comfortable.
Yes. I love
Bitch,
that.
you like to
They've been
move.
getting different there.
Bitch, you like to move and you don't like furniture. Can't have no damn temples hanging in your cell. I hope not.
No. No. I
Anyways,
remember they were showing some video inside. Oh, this is where they eat lunch and stuff at the, wherever she was for that long haul part, the longest part, not the hospital, not
the spa
med,
where she
but
got to have
yeah,
her own room and everything.
right. But they were showing like the little lunch area, and I'm like, oh, that looks
It was a
like
Cadillac compared.
nice.
It was a Cadillac. That's gonna be a Cadillac on 4 flats.
Yeah.
It's what it's gonna be.
There's video of where they housed Jodi Arias during her trial over at Astoria Jail, and they show an actual cell. They show, and it's got to be just the same, if not the same. And so I watched that, and I'm like, yeah, this is where she needs to be.
Right. I used to joke, y'all. I know better because, like, I was like, I'm gonna be the real Lemony of the Mormon Church. So now I just need to grow some big kajongas like she did. I'm waiting on them to drop. I'm looking for this name that Denicia put, Mason Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I show you that?
No, Denicia just put it, and so I'm looking it up.
It's the same story. It's the same story.
So it's just like my Trains, Dream, and Visions of Glory and Hinckley and how they all match and Julie Rowe. It's the same story, different.
Yes. You want me to read it? I have the couple of.
Yeah,
Let me find it.
I'll do the visuals.
Or did you find it? I just had
Oh,
seen
he's cute.
Two simple. Can you still hear me?
Simple man. Yes.
I just saw two little blurbs about the story.
Make sure I'm showing it. Yes, I am.
It was that you can read it. You can write if you have it up.
Can we do it? Yes, we can. Okay. We need Melanie Pulowski. Not. What's gonna work? Teamwork. No, I do not want to freaking subscribe. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, wait. Oh, do you have it?
Yeah, I do. It's up on
Okay.
the screen. It says, he's a cute kid. So Mason, right? It's spelled a little different. Macin. And his last name is Smith. 17 years old, 200 pounds. He's missing from, oh my God, St. George, Utah. Y'all, it's purge season too. I ain't playing. Since September, what the hell? Since September 1st,
2015.
What the hell? What the hell? Oh, that's old. This is what?
No, but I don't know what part you have, but the reason that I found this fascinating was because the story. It says Mason was reported
Oh,
missing.
yeah.
His father told police that he had taken Mason's cell phone and laptop away from him as punishment for watching anime sometime during the night of August 31st into the early morning. The next morning, the Smiths believed Mason got up and went to school as normal. Darren went and knocked on Mason's door to ensure he was awake. After waking up Mason, Darren went back to his bedroom and went to sleep. When questioned, Darren and Tracy both said they thought they heard Mason in the kitchen prior to him leaving for school. And that's, so it's like the same story. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
whole phone, the whole,
Yeah. And it's, no.
the person that sent this to me had seen the two moms talking.
I mean,
Yeah,
allegedly.
like
We'll just say
talking.
allegedly.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
say it.
yeah, this was just something she told me. Yeah, I have no way to confirm it.
Right. What the frick? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I tend to do this a little bit. Let's see what this. Oh my God. Yeah, it says a reward. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish this. Mason is white, blonde, male with blue eyes and is 6'4". Good God, there's some tall kids. His family desperately wants him home safely. They both have the same kind of body. I mean, well, oh hell. What is Oh my God, Jarrett, 140 pounds. He was 200 pounds, 6'4", 6 foot, blonde hair. He's same kind of build, kind of. And it says his family desperately wants him home safely. Anyone have information? Call 1-800-843-5678. Well, okay. Or St. George City Police at 1-435-627-4300. Or call the Coxes. Anyways, a reward of $1,000 is being offered for information that will result in locating St. George teenager Mason Smith, who has been missing since the beginning of September. Purge season. I'm telling you. Hide your goddamn kids. Okay? Hide them. I'm not playing. Don't let them go outside. Don't be mean. It's okay. It's better than. I'm telling you.
You're Donna.
I'm just breathing hard. No, I don't know. I'm not over there. Nope, she's not backstage.
I hear her voice.
Girl, don't freak me
That's
out.
so weird.
Don't you be freaking me out right now. Remember that time you kept seeing lights behind me and stuff? And I was like, oh no, don't you tell me that. I'm going to run. And I got to go around my desk and haul ass. And I will. I do. I have. And I just, yeah, I'm big now, but I run. Big girl can move. If I'm running, you best run too.
That's funny.
Oh my God. Anyways, sorry. All right. St. George police have been searching for. Okay, the money is. The money is in a deposit. Wait, hold on. St. George teenager Mason Smith, who has been missing since the beginning of September. The money is in a deposit account with Red Rock Search and Rescue. Okay. I was thinking Black Rock.
Black Rock Coffee.
And will be paid immediately upon the return of Smith to his family. Okay. Like Mom and Larry were told a certain amount by the FBI. That's why they put up what they did or whatever. You know what I mean? The $20,000 reward. Strategic. Okay. People are like, why not more? They got the me, you hear it all and you're just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Is it your business? Is it my business? No. Did Lori get it? Hell no. That's none of my business. It's a burrito and taco conversation, not nachos. Right? I mean, I just never, I don't know. I don't even worry myself. I don't want to be nowhere near it. Okay. Anything that's not intended for me to hear the right way. You know what I mean? Like, don't be coming at me with, you heard it here first. I'm like, I don't feel like this is the proper source. You know? Mm-mm.
We do. We have to make sure that
It scares me, freaks me out. It's okay. So it says St. George police have been searching for 17-year-old Mason Smith since he went missing. Or usually, He was last seen in the Little Valley area of St. George. Smith is 6'4" tall, weighs 200 pounds, and has short blonde hair and blue eyes. His clothing was unknown, but he is believed to be wearing black size 14, good God, Nike shoes with blue soles and
Wow.
green eyelets and accents. I don't even know what an eyelet or accent is. I mean, I know what accent is, but anyways, not on a shoe. Smith has not been seen or heard from since the morning hours on Tuesday, another Tuesday, September 1st. According to family, he left home without any of his belongings, money, a phone for a kid,
See him too.
or a change of
Yeah.
clothing. Original reports stated that Smith may be in Las Vegas, living La Vida Loca. But other reports indicate that he could be as far away as Los Angeles. He could be in freaking Europe. I mean,
Right.
he could be a conspiracy theorist, you know? No, I'm joking. I mean, why? That's so random to say. That's
Weird.
random.
That those stories are just so much. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It just put a chill when I saw it. I was like, what? Oh.
Right. So I want to see what St. George. I mean, I come on, Saint Jorge.
So since 2015, has there not been any updates at all about him either?
I don't know. I just posted that the HTTPS police SG whatever stgeorgecity.org. I'm waiting on it to come around. It's in the portal process. I don't know. Let me try and refresh it. Crusher the refresher.
Pressure. What are all the other things when I dictate that your name comes up as?
My friend Victor used to be like, crush me some ice. And I'd be
pressure.
The old wife calls me credenza. All kinds of shit. It was so good to see Jen the other night too. I woke up and I had a horrible headache, right? And then so it was like 3:00 in the morning, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even be excited. And I was like, shit, I missed it, you know? But I was like, okay, good. You know, I feel like
it was nice. It wasn't real long, and she
it wasn't
I
heavy.
It was interesting that she talked about wanting to discuss things about how,
like this
trauma has affected our brains for some of us, and things like that, how mental health issues are judged and all of that.
Right. And like with the true crime thing, that's something. And like whenever I went and looked up Jarrett Brooks case, right? When I was going into it, when I went onto Facebook and I wrote the post on the, I forget you're on my phone on the page. And I put, and I just kind of went into it, and then I was like, this is part of this. This is part of that advocacy. That it's like I don't want to totally go all whole ass into it, because there's other things I want to do too. But it's a major part. It's a major component, and that's, I don't know, just helping whatever this turns into. Not this case, but whatever ours turns into. And I'm just trying to find it real quick. Ain't nothing real quick ever about me. But this poor kid. No, I just have too many damn screenshots up in my phone. That's what it is. Oh, come the hell on.
There, something is playing.
I hear.
Do you hear
my
it?
BOYCE TV is on. That's about it.
Oh, no, it's like you and Donna talking in the far background. I don't know what I have open.
Yeah, do you have any windows open? I remember that happened to Beach Bum.
There.
You got rid of us. You shut us up.
I did.
Hooker.
Grabbing myself nuts.
Oh my gosh, come
So
on.
good.
I'm going to find
I'm
it.
just reading the comments.
I'm going to find it. Hold on. But you know, I was just basically, I hate paraphrasing. I hate it. I suck at it. So I like to go verbatim. Oh, got it. And so I put JJ Vallow was my nephew. This is on Jarrett Brooks' page with that Charlesy
Charlesy, yes.
Miller. Okay, and I put JJ Vallow was my nephew and Tyler Ryan my cousin. My uncle was Charles Vallow, and all I can say is that you have mine and the entire God's army behind you. Who will do whatever we can to help bring your beautiful son back home to his family. My advice is to read every comment on every single platform. The comments are the comments are where the nuggets are. Always. There will always be there will always be negative a-holes. Read their comments, but don't entertain them by responding and feeding them your energy. If you don't give them anything, then they have nothing to feed off of. What the hell?
Such good advice.
Wait, oh, and then I put, it's like I didn't do it. Okay, that's just my advice. I've been at this for over 4 years now, and it turned into major high-profile cases involving Chad and Lori Vallow Daybell. My parents are the Woodcocks. I say that so they don't think I'm like on the other side. You know, like I'm on this side.
Yeah.
I'm on the dark side. No. Reach out to me and let me know if you need anything or if we can maybe mention Jarrett's name in a larger platform. My dad, Larry, sure loves to talk to people, and it's healing for all of us. I have a smaller channel on YouTube if you need a safe place to share or pass on any information that you need out there. Always remember that love always wins, and you are proof of this. And then I couldn't help it. I put, is this near Eager, Arizona? White Mountains? Asking because I listen a lot. I listen to a lot of Mike Stroud's talks. Oh, yeah.
Did they say anything?
I don't
know.
When
I checked last, they hadn't said anything.
I hadn't looked. I never stay on Facebook. Used to.
I looked on there, and then Donna had posted the thing, and they posted it because I guess they approve everything, and then but nobody liked it. Nobody came on and said, oh, this is great, thank you for doing this, or not even the people watching, or not just the family wasn't responding, but the people on the Facebook page either were like, oh, I'll watch it, or I just wasn't seeing any action, I guess.
Yeah, no, and so I don't allow notifications. I don't get nothing because the banner. I mean, I will do this even more than I already do. So I just that's why nobody ever. I go and check. I just make my rounds anyway. So it's just I know me, and I would like one day to be able to turn my phone on. When I was in Boise. Because of everything that happened with my rogue moderator.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to change passwords. I had to do all that shit. And so I ended up just giving people my phone number. And like, I would wake up after a nap or whatever, because I'd get back and then I'd listen to that's what I do anyways. I'd listen to the to the court, the audio. Yeah. And, anyway, there'd be like 144 text messages, and I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
Seriously, I didn't make that number. It was really 144 that one time, and then, anyways, I taught Mom how to do that too. And then,
well, and we still are gonna do a Facebook page, aren't we?
Yes. See, I had started one, but I just I can't. I can't. Yeah. I'm just being honest. I need help. And so yeah, I talked to you kind of about that, like if you wanted to go more what's that, Discord? Because I don't really care for Discord. It's not. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't like being micromanaged either.
I'm just gonna say it, but when the Discord was up before, it was very structured and I never left things in the right place. So
Micromanaged, Nazi
stopped-
style.
I stopped leaving messages because it was always the wrong spot. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. But I was like, oh, I ain't got time. You know, like I don't know. I don't know where this goes. I can't even organize my thoughts, much less a damn Discord. You know. So, but yeah, so I talked to you. It was a cleansing, a deep, good deep one. Ow, I got a pain.
Yes.
But yes, it was.
But we can't. The Facebook is easy for me. I'm used to that. The
right.
Discord is something new, and
it's weird. And then shit disappeared. You know, shit disappeared.
I think Facebook reaches a certain audience too.
Yeah, not.
You know,
not. I like Facebook better. I do.
Yeah.
I it's easier to work with. You can stream to it. You can all that good stuff. So all we got to do is what I was going to do, since I just started a new Facebook group. It's private. This one right here. See, I don't even have a good picture up, but or actually no, that's just a page. I have a page. I don't really understand, you know, because I was just blowing and going. I seriously was. I was like, I don't know. I've never had a Twitter. I never had I was like, what's Reddit? You know, I like Reddit. I do.
I like reading on Reddit.
I do too. It's real, just low key, you know.
Jamie's gonna do the Discord.
Right. Okay. Well, good.
Jamie can do the Discord. I'll do the Facebook.
There you go.
And
all
we will
right.
get you situated.
I'll do the tubes, and Donna will just she's gonna do it all.
Donna does everything.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's like Wonder Woman.
She is. She really is. We all are.
I love her so much.
There's no I in team. But like I was told when I worked the BP oil spill, I was told by one of my whatever crew members, and he was like, I was like, there's no I in team. He was like, no, but there's an M and an E. And I was like, shut the smart ass, you know. Only read Faye Farr. Growing up around criminal types and having family. I'm having a pain right here. So one of those growing pains, you know. I don't need a growing pain. God dang it. Okay. Affected by murder, manslaughter a few times. I think evil covers the globe. But authentic. Oh my gosh. But authentic goodness and love. Yeah, it's just my screen is over here. It's just, yeah. And so I got to do some maneuvering because it's just too much explaining. You don't want to hear all my problems because I'd have to move my monitor and shit. So another thing is did y'all listen to Alex? I mean, not Alex. Hell, I don't know, close enough. Oh, the cousin. The Doomsday cousin. Dun, 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 dun. Lori's Doomsday cousin on East Idaho News. I was like, he was like, I love Visions of Glory. I was like, oh my God.
No, I didn't hear. I didn't. Was he a guest on there with
oh yeah.
With brother and uncle?
Oh, he was a guest on there too. I didn't watch that one all the way. I got busy or sick or whatever. But I knew it was coming too. And I mean, again, do what the hell you want to do. I understand they are also this altered their life as well, their lives as well. Right. It's the way they go about it. Like I'm not stupid. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like you prop that door open, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, can we come in? It's okay. It's okay. Okay." And then the door busts wide open, and then now they are. At first, when Adam and Uncle Rex came on, they were saying, this is not for money or anything. And they were like, but we're going to write a book. And I was like, there it is. There it is. And then they were like, and so I know how Mike Stroud and how Julie Rowe have done theirs. They write their books exactly off their podcast. So that I was like, oh, okay, this is the Mormon way. And
Yeah, that's
and so I was like, okay, so this is what they're doing. Then, I was like, oh my God, I hope my parents don't go. But whatever, you just
yeah,
I'm not their parent. They're mine. So
right.
but whatever. And I just anyways.
Well,
So then
the thing that's weird to me is like this is like some people are like act like it's over or something. This is only like what a third maybe
what?
over,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
if even.
And I noticed, like, Rex would say, it wasn't really Kay that, alerted police. It was Brandon. I'm like, where the fuck were you for Brandon?
Oh my
Or any,
god.
I mean, I don't know their relationship, but who is you? you know, it must be nice to just come on in like a dun 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 dun. I
Yeah.
mean, that is a privilege, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old news. Yeah, I didn't, and I never was anything. People are like, "Oh, you're related? Who are you?" I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm just me.
Yeah.
But again, there's people that, and I just don't understand it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole, and maybe people don't want to interview me. They're like, "Yeah, she's a bitch," you know, because it's.
Well,
I mean, I guess because I talk enough. I don't know.
well, you're not gonna just give them the whole victim story that they
Yeah,
want.
no, no. They probably, yeah, they won't be able to run what I tell them.
Hmm.
So I'd have to say it in a book. I. That's the only damn reason I would ever.
Consider that.
Before that, I was like, I ain't got nothing to. I can maybe come up with a poem. That's about all I
You got
have.
a lot more to say than you have to say, and you're learning more every day.
It's horrible.
And like I said, we're only like a third of the way into this.
It's horrible. It is bad. And I've been saying that for a long time, but it's bad. It's I mean, I have got to, like, I had to, like, step back and,
Right.
like, not just focus on Chad and Lori. I had to just backed away, and I looked at the whole group, and I tried looking at things through their perspective as never Mormon, not really indoctrinated at all, if you
Right.
will. So clean slate. Um, and then I went in and I was just, oh, and then it's like I remember whenever Lori became competent, that's when I felt real weird. I was like, did they come put some damn essential oils in my room? At the hotel or something? Because I mean, I was like, I was passed the hell out. I slept so good.
Yeah.
But I was just groggy and then foggy after that for a long time. No, I did not have COVID, but it was more just my thoughts and my feelings, and I just didn't know I didn't know what was happening. Just something was happening. Things were going places. Things were just being put into their own little pockets themselves, and it's like basically I think of it like I dove so far down into the ocean of Mormonism, and then I was just swimming back up to the surface, and then just like just coming out of the water for a big breath of air, and then I've been trying to put it into words ever since, and then identify it, point it out when I do identify it, and then learn how to translate that. It is so freaking hard, especially with
It is.
trauma
I
and
don't know how you're
grief.
doing it. I think you're doing
And
amazing with it.
it's nuts. It's nuts.
I
And
mean,
yeah, he did.
the level of knowledge that you have
It's horrible. It's useless. I'm like, who the hell? What skill is this? Or will it be?
It is a skill, though. I mean, Elmon was even talking about it the other night.
That's nuts.
About the research you've done, the things that she doesn't even, that people who've been, 40 years of having this stuff, you've learned it in what, 4 years? Who, when, where, what, and I can't keep up. I try.
It's hard because I know, Mom, because there was a documentary crew, right? In Boise. Again, good luck getting close to your parents when there's cameras
Mhm.
around and people. If you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not gonna fight to just be with my family. I'll be at my room. Thank
Right.
you. And I mean, I even got shut down, not by my parents, not by the camera crew. It was just by other people, you know?
Yeah.
I was just like, "Wha
Mhm.
what?" I'm sitting here, it's my turn to talk, and then you're like, "Oh, no, it can't be the second anointing," and I'm like, I mean, I cried, called me a Lyft ride, and I hauled my little whiny ass back to my hotel room, and I was just like, I give." It hurt because it's just
Yeah.
like, I need to get this out. Can you just shut up? You know, like, whomever you are, and, why are you here? You know, this is
Right.
the family table. Why are you here?
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
just, I don't know. It's very,
the thing is though that sometimes they don't like what you're coming,
because
the
it's
stuff you're coming
hard.
into. It's not something that you can sit and give a 30-second,
Mm-mm.
you know,
I wasn't
overview of
raised
it. Like,
Mormon. I don't know the lingo. And then it's like there they are, like Megan and like
yeah.
Heather Daybell, Megan, Connor.
Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
right there. They're right there. We can meet, you know, but they're
Yeah.
not over. They, you know, and I'm just like almost, and not yet. You know,
Right.
and then now there was somebody in the comments in here earlier that was in KJ's comments yesterday or last night or something. And I will go to that because I mean, I was like, no, this is what it is. And I mean, that's about all I can do is just kind of I don't know for buffering. Are we buffering, y'all? I don't see my
I can't
little,
hear you. Oh, because that's on the phone.
and I don't know how they can charge Loho with Brandon's case, and not yet. That's why I'm gonna schedule a live stream for tomorrow. It's ready. Well, I mean, not ready yet. I just lied to you. I'm sorry. But I mean, it's gonna be on this fella right here. This is oh crap, Jarrett Bri Bridegan. He was a Mormon, and I mean, and it doesn't play into this, but it's the same. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm gonna go. I have one of these little clips, and
Okay.
let me shut some of these windows, these windows I got here. Oh. Okay. Shh. Okay. I'm sorry. I got a lot of windows open. A lot of tabs. Always got a lot of tabs.
Um,
Okay. Let's see. Move, David Warwick. Nobody wants you here. All
we don't.
right. My ears would fall. I mean, they have fallen off. Whomever has made it through a David Warwick talk, which 6,180 of you have, I feel like I need to give y'all some damn medals. Free Happy Meal or something. Something. Pat on the back. Okay, let me
Some sort of badge next to their name.
I don't know. Jamie says she's spinning like a top. Girl, slow down. I'm joking. Let's see. Let me try this again. Which okay. No, not Jarrett. Okay. Share. All right. So this was the grand jury. Oh hell.
Thank you for joining us in what will be my last public update on the investigation of the murder of Jarrett Bridegan on February 16th
Nope.
of 2022 in Jacksonville Beach.
I can't turn
I'm
it
joined
up.
today by our law enforcement partners, Chief Gene Paul Smith of the Jacksonville Beach Police Department and many of his staff, Special Agent Bob Bryson of ATF Jacksonville, and Jacksonville Beach Mayor Hoffman. We are also joined by Jared's widow, Kirsten, Kirsten's parents, and Jared's brothers, Adam and Justin, and Adam's wife. Thank you for being here today. We promised at the outset of this investigation we would not relent until we uncovered the truth of Jared's murder, the whole and entire truth. This morning, a Fourth Circuit grand jury indicted Shayna Gardner for first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and child abuse, all related to the murder of Jarrett Bridegan, Shanna's ex-husband. Gardner was arrested shortly after and taken into custody by ATF Washington Field Division agents in West Richland, Washington. Gardner will be extradited to Duval County to face these charges. We will be filing a notice of our intent to seek the death penalty, as we have also done in the case of Mario Fernandez. I cannot stress enough the extraordinary commitment and teamwork of the folks on the stage with me today, the Jacksonville Beach detectives, ATF agents, and our prosecutors in this case. While too many to name, I would like to personally commend some folks. Chief Smith, Jacksonville Beach detectives Chris Johns and Jason Lamont, ATF Special Agent Bryson and his team of special agents and intelligence analysts at ATF Jacksonville office, including Lindsay Butler.
Well, you add one moment. Okay, sorry. Okay, Adam.
First and foremost, the family is so appreciative of all of you being here and this opportunity. I wanted to speak to Jared. Jared, we shouldn't be here today. You should be making us laugh and spending time with your family. Your siblings miss you every day. There is a pain in our hearts that will never go away. Your parents miss you. Your wife misses you. Your children miss you. To every single law enforcement officer, agency, the district and state attorney, we can never express our gratitude adequately. We are eternally grateful for your sacrifices and your support. To every reporter, podcast show, producer, thank you. Thank you for writing about Jarrett's story. Thank you for caring. Thank you for helping us fight for justice. To every person who shared a story, liked, commented, posted flyers about the truck, those who shared a prayer or sent words of positive encouragement, thank you from the bottom of the Bridegan family heart. We love you all. Thank you.
Now this is his widow. Y'all, I mean, I'm like, high five, sister. Respect.
For 547 days, we've hoped and prayed that this day would come. Our hearts will always be full of deep gratitude for the men and women who have worked tirelessly to bring justice forward in Jarrett's case.
It's so sad what she's about to say.
We are also deeply grateful for the prayers that have been offered on our behalf. Shanna's arrest ends one horrific chapter of our pursuit
That's Melanie Boudreaux.
for justice for Jarrett. And now we open a new one. This next chapter will be excruciating. But we are confident in the ability of the state's attorney's office and law enforcement to bring truth to light. We expect to see justice carried out to the fullest extent of the law.
It's a long and windy road.
Boy, is it.
Hearts and minds. I've been with Liam and Abby.
Oh.
That's his twins with the first one.
Jarrett's murder, but especially
Estranged.
for the past year and a half, Liam and Abby have been isolated and kept away from us while they lived with their mother, their stepdad, and their maternal grandparents. Despite my constant requests to see or speak to them, I have been denied and continuously ignored. So
Siblings.
I take this opportunity to do it again. I plead with the Gardners to put the emotional and mental well-being of Liam Abbey above all else and allow them to reconnect with us. We are their family. We love them. We have prayed for them every single day for the last 547 days since they were ripped away and isolated from us. The kids deserve all the love and support possible as we work through this next chapter. Please do not continue to add to their pain. Let our children be siblings again and put them first and do what's right. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix my sound settings over here. It's just sad.
It is.
But
Members, parents, siblings never
I do kind
give
of
up hope.
want to show you. Oh,
You're standing here today talking
here's
about
here's
what the
here's
state
Millie
says is the
Pulowski.
final arrest in this case.
Well, allegedly. Oh,
Thank you for joining
really?
us in what will be.
Oh, I want to see her.
No bail and no extradition yet for the woman with Utah ties
It's
accused
coming.
of murdering her ex-husband.
They're
Shanna
coming for
Gardner
you.
was in a Washington State courtroom this afternoon, and Brian Mullehy was watching. He joins us live, and this was the first time we've seen Gardner before a judge. What was the outcome today, Brian?
Yeah, no bail. She'll stay in jail after her startling arrest, and no quick extradition to Florida to face those.
Your Honor, at this juncture, we do not anticipate waiving extradition.
Shanna Gardner in court for the first time as a murder defendant.
Ms. Garner, I will indicate
Her
that
parents
this
are
is
really
being
rich,
held without
and they live
bail.
in the
Gardner is not now
Pacific
consenting to being
Northwest.
moved to Florida, where she's charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the shooting death of her ex-husband, Microsoft executive Jarrett Bridegan, a graduate of UVU.
It
If you were
sounds just like
representing her, what would you tell her to
Brandon.
do?
I'd tell her, don't fight
No,
it.
really?
Get back here to Florida and let's start the case.
Salt Lake criminal defense lawyer Catherine Cleveland.
You're not doing yourself any favors by sitting in a Washington jail.
Is it
All right,
possible
Lori.
Gardner is delaying what may be her inevitable transfer
She's pulling a
in
Lori.
order to remove the death penalty, which Florida prosecutors say they will seek? Is it too early for defense to reach out to try to cut a deal?
You know, if I was her attorney, I'd be calling the prosecutor, seeing what we could work out, if we could take the death penalty off the table.
Another
Nope.
hearing for Gardner is set in Washington State on September 14th. That's where she may
We will
challenge
watch that
her
live.
arrest and detention. Live in Salt Lake, Brian Mullehy,
Well, that one,
KUTV 2 News.
that one sucked.
And
Anyway,
18 months after Jarrett Bridegan
here
was
we go.
gunned down, 3 people have been arrested in the case, including Shanna Gardner. One man pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Tonight, the Bridegan family spoke with our Rich Donnelly about the pain and fear they've felt since Bridegan's murder.
Their life was forever altered when
Oh,
Jarrett
man.
Bridegan was gunned down on February 16th, 2022. This afternoon, Jarrett's brother Adam and his widow Kirsten said they
I
still
got
feel
chills.
pain every day from the loss of Jarrett.
This investigation has uncovered the truth of Jarrett's murder.
On Thursday, Shanna Gardner became the third and final suspect to be officially charged in the murder of her ex-husband, Jarrett Bridegan.
Bam.
A step towards justice for Jarrett's brother Adam.
A weird sense of peace knowing that these individuals are now behind bars.
It was also the news Jarrett's widow Kirsten had been waiting for since her husband
She
was
hasn't
murdered.
stopped.
Honestly, from the night that I knew that Jarrett had been killed and it wasn't an accident, I knew in my soul that she was behind it.
Bridegan says her interactions with Gardner always made her uneasy immediately after the shooting.
When she asked for the death certificate, I was not surprised. She asked for a
She
lot
asked
of
for the
things. I
damn
think
death certificate.
From my perspective, it was just a further cause more harm.
Jarrett
Overt.
Bridegan was murdered after he dropped his 2 oldest children off at their mother's house.
Bam.
Normally, Kirsten and their 2 youngest would join them, but Kirsten stayed home with their baby that night. A decision she says may have saved her life.
Part of me wonders if it would happen if I was there.
I
If
just don't
that would have been
understand
too
people.
much for them. You know, it made them more nervous about doing it. Or
But the
yeah,
baby
if
was
our
in the
kids would be
vehicle with
revenge
him.
right now.
The trial will be difficult and
Their
force
baby.
Bridegan's to relive
That's the.
Jarrett's murder.
He's a.
Both
Wait.
Adam and Kirsten hope something positive can come from this.
He would want us to take this tragedy, as evil and as gut-wrenching as it is, and try to turn it into something positive.
So
Right?
far, that has been the case.
Amen.
Kirsten Bridegan accepts donations for Bexley boxes, which help police stations interact with children who experience trauma.
Aw.
Bexley Bridegan
That's
was in the
good.
car and watched her father get shot.
If
She
people aren't
did.
able to donate, I would say the best way to honor Jarrett is just to love your kids, make those memories, spend time with them, genuinely show an interest in your children, because that will have the biggest impact on their life.
So far, 34 Bexley boxes have been handed out to police stations, with requests coming from across the country for even more. A trial date for Shanna Gardner and
That's a
Mario
good idea.
Fernandez has not yet
The
been
first
set.
guy,
The state is
Henry
seeking the death.
Tenen right here, he pled guilty to second degree. And then she married this dude right here, Mario Fernandez. And what they did was they allegedly set him, they knew Jared's route home. Okay. And so he just dropped their kids off from a date night that he had with his kid, the kids he shared with Shanna. And then he had his daughter from his Kirsten, his new wife. And so he dropped his older kids off, and then he was on his way home. He had called Kirsten and he was like, I'm on my way home. He stopped and got Bexley some ice cream. And then there was a one-way street, that he would take. And there was a tire laying in the middle of the street. When he got out, he stopped, he got out to move the tire, gunned him down.
So did they plant that there?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh hell no, that is way too that's way too close for comfort. I mean, it's the perfect case to, yeah, I think so. Just through like how KJ does through application, just see how it took forever to bring Shanna down. But
wow,
the bitch went down and she's going down, and I mean, I'm with Lily here when I'm like, how can they indict Lori? How can they not indict Chad?
Yeah.
2 bullets in his chest. If the bullet would have moved 5 inches higher and no.
I mean, who was that? I think Jamie and I were talking, maybe even this morning. But how is it that Lori was conspiring to kill Brandon without Melanie even knowing? I mean, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lori's going behind Melanie's back.
Melanie she stopped the divorce proceedings 2 days before the shooting because she wouldn't get paid out if she was actually actively inquiring, pursuing a divorce with Brandon. I mean, the same thing happened with this broad, Shanna. She did the same. It's the same story, different people.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's nuts.
Well, and then to do that in front of the baby, oh my God.
Me too.
I mean,
me too, humanimal. Me too. It's hoedown. It's a hoedown. Anyways, for real. And I mean, so yeah, I really do want to do this tomorrow night, or because Sunday I want to concentrate on visions of freaking glory. Because it led me straight to the last one I did. And I don't know if anybody watched the Visions of Glory videos. I've been trying to do the audio only, And I mean, I can't read. I sound like I need some hooked on phonics, right? I'm like, and it's like you just have to I have to entertain myself or I go mad, right? And so there was this part, and it was like, so I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. I took a look in my life and realized there's much left. I went into the whole thing, and I was like, I need to edit this out, and I was like, I probably won't, and I didn't. So it's there, and anyways, and so what I did was I had the physical Visions of Glory book in my hand, and where it said, look at topical guide under Zion restoration. So what I did was I took my phone, right? Because it has that little, it sizes it up, and you can just take text right off of the screen. Well, I did it to the book, and it curved, so it didn't read it really well. But guess whose freaking site it led me to? First hit. This cannot is divine intervention. Chad mother freaking Daybell. And it was a page I have never seen before. And I was like, huh. And it had 144,000. It had the gathering of Israel, the 10 tribes, all the things, and everything that Visions of Glory had. So does Chad. Everything that Chad has, so does Julie. Everything that Julie has, so does Suzanne Freeman. So does every one of these people. Every Mike Stroud's talks, every single one. I found one time. And I know Jen was probably like, this bitch is crazy. And I was like, I was willing to take it, you know. But I sent her, I ran across this video one night, and it's called Ruby Rail's Doctrine. But it was two dudes. No, I'm sorry. It was one dude who was speaking on behalf of another dude. And I'm like, whatever. I'm a nerd. I'm just like, I'm inquisitive. I just want to know what I'm nosy.
Right.
And so I just kind of listened to it a little bit, and I was like, he's not talking about computer software. I don't know shit about computer software. But what he is saying, the pattern he is saying in this story is talking about polygamy. It's just a different way of telling it. It's talking in this subject. It's talking about baseball. President Hinckley. Chad talks about it in his train's dream. I have that video that KJ read. Chad's train's dream. And it's something weird that's they're not it is plagiarism, but it's not, because it's like the indoctrination. Something is really weird. Something, because even the Book of Mormon is like that. It's the same pattern over and over again. And then so I was like, oh hell, wow, just that one. I didn't even get to go look it up on the church website yet, the topical guide. Restoration of Zion. It's directions, in my opinion. It's telling them how to meet, where to meet, who to meet, when to meet. I even learned from preparing of people, Latter-day Media. I don't normally watch Rhonda Pickering and Farrell Pickering. I think that's Nancy James's sister. And like Jen said, the hair. Forget whose hair she said that's like they have. Anyways, but Michelle Duggar hair. They got the Michelle Duggar hair.
The girl mullet.
With a scrunchie and everything. And I'm just like, oh Lord. anyways. And so I know that there's the Feast of the Tabernacles. It's the Rosh Hashanah. It's all these things that I've learned. I didn't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that there is a time of year when people do sacrifices. It's purge season. And that's what happened to these babies. I don't know. I mean, it's the only thing that you don't have to do mental gymnastics, to work around it. I'm just like, I have to do mental gymnastics to not, incorporate the corporation.
Right.
Yeah, the corporation isn't involved, in my opinion. And yeah. And they have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Way more.
They do.
So they can just say label, boom. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a mob thing. It's like big fish eats little fish. You know what I mean? So Alex may be Lori and Chad's fall guy, but Lori and Chad, they're the organization's fall guy.
Fall guy, yeah. I see where you're.
It's and so I think that's when Lori netted up, when she was like, "Oh shit, I did not do this in righteousness." Oh, they were murdered in this case.
Yeah.
No, she thought it was a sacrifice. She thought they're God to her. Anyways, it blows my mind. I'm just like, just watching it in the trial.
That's why Melanie's was so anxious to get her kids and run them over there to Idaho that night,
Sacrifice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. They were next.
They weren't in the way. Her kids were not in the way.
No, hell no. She was going out of her evil
Yes.
ass way to go get them,
Yep.
to harm them. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
With that creep. Oh my God, that pisses me off. I'm with
I know.
Carlton on this, with Brandon's dad. Get out of here, bitch. And we don't dial 911.
You know, I mean, thank God those police that night.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I liked them. I was
that's a
like,
close call.
rough her up a little bit more.
Yeah, we have a few police like that here in Arizona. You know, could have been a whole different story.
It's not though, Lee. It's all code talk. Judgment, second coming, the great and terrible. Wait, it's something. The real second coming is like the great and terrible day, or something like that. It's all. It is. It is like the judgment means this point in time, in their ritual, in the cycles, in the moons, in the in the Jewish calendar, the Hebrew. It's nuts. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not very good, but I will get there. By the time I die,
Yeah, you will
I
get
will
there.
be a damn professional.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And there was this lady that I watched a interview for 60 Minutes Australia, I believe, and they were talking about how Masterson, whatever his name is, for this, he was a Scientologist, right? Masterson,
Yeah.
Danny Masterson, in trial, and so they used her, an ex-Scientologist, to decode what they were saying, and I was like, that's the skill. I'm gonna get there, except I'm not an ex-Mormon. I'm not an
Right.
ex-Scientologist. You know what I mean? I'm just me.
Yeah, but if you read enough, you get it. You pick it up. You are picking these things up, and the dots are connecting. You know,
A
like
big time. They
even
fire off.
even things. You know, because even things that you present to me, and I just get. I'm just kind of a space cadet anyway, but I'm seeing it like, oh
It
my
catches
gosh,
you.
yeah,
It catches
you're
you.
right,
You're like,
right.
whoa, wait, what? And then, yeah, something snaps back. Yeah, I'll watch something that I watched a long time ago, and I'm like, oh my God, it's laced. It's, I mean, you can't get around it. The language is, it's in, I mean, it's repetition. They beat the shit in. So no wonder. Bye, Humanimal. Have a good night. And yes, maybe Lori thought with all her temple visits, the church would swoop in and save her from jail. But my theory is they were in on it, you know, because they say I have a talk where Nelson's like, the more time in the temple, the more blessed you are. Heather Daybell, rewatched her interviews last night. She was like, I was going every week. And I'm like, see, don't even know you're going into it. Yet you have, you know, she said that she had, you know, temple pictures hanging on her wall. And people, after she got out of it, you know, people were like, yeah, you were uber freaking religious, you know? And she's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, same reason people don't, you know, when I was too skinny, you're too skinny. And I was like,
Right.
why you didn't tell me? Why you told me I look good? You know, just
Yeah.
like that. So I don't know. It's, so, I mean, they're the only ones that can tell you, because you're sliding your card, you're going there, and she really wasn't hoeing around with Chad because they were sealed in their temple. Right? By the properly ordained people to do so. And then if you get caught, boop, we don't know you, sister. We don't know you, brother. They start their own church. That's what's going on. That's what's happened over and over and over again. And that's what will continue to happen over and over and over again, because nobody ever ties it back to source, which is the church. So if I end up murdered, just know that it was something to do with the organization. So I'm just letting you know.
They would be stupid.
They'll stop at nothing. They don't play
I've
fair.
seen them be stupid before, but no, I don't.
See, but there's people who believe that, Lee, but then if you, I guess because the way because I didn't know scriptures from the Bible, I still don't. I couldn't recite one right now to save my life. And I couldn't really with the Book of Mormon, but I can more with the Book of Mormon than I can the Bible. However, I don't know if this is my theory. I'm putting it out there, but I don't know. Because the Bible, was created by man. Okay. And I mean, okay, from this side of it, I see it as it was created by man. Man's been corrupt. Man twists the scripture. And I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I do believe in a bigger power, a higher power. However, I don't believe that that book is all it's not directly from God. It's right. It does anyway. So what happens is I think what is happening and has happened in my theory is that they take the scriptures, whether it be the Book of Mormon or the Bible based off of the Book of the Mormon, as long as it's translated correctly. Anyways, and basically that is a pattern to get people to sacrifice. Okay, I don't know. I know I sound like a freaking I don't even know QAnon. Okay, I don't know what I've heard it so many times, people, and I'm just like, I even found a note last night in there in my files that I was going through, and I was like, look up QAnon and what the hell is this? And this is
Well, it's not easy stuff
no, it's so many things.
to comprehend. You know what I mean?
I learned about the body and the soul, and and I mean, like from the bottom, bare bones, and I've built and I've built and I've built. Now I can't recall it all, but I mean, sacrificing is not just something that happened in the Satanic Panic. It's been happening for millennia, okay, since man and man's corrupt, in my opinion. So I
And
don't base my life off
it's
scripture.
across countries, it's across religions.
Yeah, some people don't
They
even believe in the
all
Bible.
describe the same experiences.
Thank you. There's only so many ways you can describe a man's dreams and visions, ancient prophet or not, or today. I mean, you can only hash that down so many ways. Yeah, I do believe in God. I know Lee here. I know. And I mean, I respect that. I like that. I don't, I guess, or I think Isaiah, see, I don't know. I don't really know to say that. So I think he asked Isaiah, or I don't remember. See, I'm not good at this, to sacrifice his son, but then he didn't or something. I don't remember, but that is laced. That is so laced in all the scripture in the Book of Mormon. And that is where I do focus. I read nothing but the the church stuff, the elders, anybody who has had authority. I mean, I've got books from Bruce McConkie from the DI, and I've got most of them at Mary's house. I need them, because I mean, I have some that are signed. One by Paul Dunn. I was like, oh shit, I didn't highlight that one yet. I've been just highlighting. I don't give a shit. They were cheap, and their words mean nothing to me anyways. But that is the recipe. And so Chad's writing a recipe about the train stream, which makes him and so it's like it also sets them up to dupe themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, haha, we duped you. They're the elite, or whatever you want to call them, the higher ups.
Okay.
What do they get? I mean, the end game, I don't know, whatever they like from doing evil shit and turning people against God.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. But it's still, that's the most I've ever explained publicly. So might trim this shit off. But it felt kind of good. And I know if I can do this more, I'll get better at it. Jason gets tired of hearing the shit. But anyways, I don't, yeah, no denomination. I believe in this is my temple. And I don't know. I don't know if it's Sky Daddy. I don't know who God is. I just know that my soul connects to source. You know? Like I don't know what that means. I don't know where it goes. He talks to me, I talk not the weird Lori Daybell, Chad Daybell shit. There ain't no audible and my soul tell me this. I even hear it in Adam Cox and Rex, you know, and they're like, I'm like, that's not how that works. You know, and it's so sad too because so many people are just captive, held captive. They are slaves.
Well, the thing about you, Chris, is you weren't indoctrinated into any major religion. You know what I mean? You had your experiences, but
I went
you
to
weren't
catechism
there every Sunday and every Wednesday, and
I was
you
there
know,
every
all of that.
Wednesday.
So
I was
yours
just
is
ADD.
like there's a connection that you have that's without all of that. You know, you connect to a higher power without all of that.
Yeah, it's spiritual and very
Other interference. Yes,
spiritual.
The religious major, the religious stuff that gets in the way of a lot of people actually having a connection. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So religion gets in the way. They don't ever feel the
yes.
direct between them and God that rules out what you learned in Sunday school or whatever, you know.
There, yeah, it's a direct line. You don't need a middleman. And I mean, it's not odd. Mine's not, you know, I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't have to say it out loud. It's just he knows my heart. He knows my mind. He knows what I'm thinking. He knows whatever.
Yes.
Whomever source is. It's
like
just
when people make a big deal about, oh, we need to put the prayer back in schools and stuff. I'm like, that's the great thing about praying. Teach your kids. They don't need a moment of silence at school to pray. They can pray anytime. That's, you know,
exactly. We don't
school or not. That's the beauty of prayer.
You know what it's like to have Melanie Gibb and David Warwick and them put their hand on a Bible and promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I'm like, well, that don't mean shit to them anyway. So, okay. All right. You know, it's called lying for the Lord. And I don't either, Lily here. Now that I've been through all this, I don't think so either. Y'all remember whenever it went from like 4G to 5G or just like the Y2K bug or all these things in technology. And the only thing it reminds me of is whenever I was working on the oil spill in Grand Isle, Louisiana, and I made my way out of an office and onto a boat. And then I ended up being a captain of my own damn boat. And I would pull boom and everything. And I'm used to be very physical. And anyways, and so I remember when I first got out there, though, I was on a boat working in the bay, right? And we were dragging some boom in, and they were like, oh my God, we got to jump some boom. And I was like, oh, hell no. And boom's just floating in the water, just holding the oil in, allegedly.
Oh, wow.
And so, you know, I have my life jacket on, well, and it's a bigger boat, you know, and so I'm standing in like the doorway of the boat, and they're like, hold on. And so they grabbed the back of my life jacket on each side, and I'm like waiting for us to jump the boom. And all they did was trim the motor up so that we would just glide over it. That's what I think the second coming is going to be like. It's like a transition.
Wow, good explanation here, a good description there.
Analogy.
Visual, a good visual.
It's like a transition, just like it was for the 4G switching to the 5G network crap.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Lord, they talking about vibrations and shit on YouTube, you know, and I was just like, you know, and that's what Lori and them were doing. They were trying to raise their vibrations. Their vibrations have to be equal. That is something that whenever you go through a second anointing, woman becomes equal with husband in their priesthood. Therefore, she does not have to wear her garments anymore. And therefore, she is called a queen and a priestess and a goddess. Chad didn't tell her that shit. They were told that shit. He's a king, a priest, and a prophet. They're to rule and reign for time and eternity. And eternity. That is why Tammy is her eternal friend. Because it is polygamy. They've never stopped practicing it, in my opinion. They're like this. They're like, sure, we stopped.
How she could have the nerve to keep saying that during her.
She was actually paying respect because, when I pulled that, whatever, when I looked in Canva, asked Canva or whatever, what it meant to refer to an eternal friend for a new wife to read in the LDS religion. And it said, it's just to pay respects because you are.
Wow.
And it is modern day polygamy. And I believe, this is where I believe the church is culpable in my theory, allegedly. I have to say this so I don't get fucking sued by a multi-billion dollar church who hides money from its members. Anyways.
Right.
And so I think the call out, I'm telling you, it's not about white trucks and it's not about loading up any damn supplies. That they're duping everybody. It's this idea, okay? It's this whole idea and fear mongering, and it's so easy to see now. And basically, a call out is Lori got. She was told by someone, a certain someone, to show up at the temple on a certain day, and in walked Jason Mao. That's a call out. She got her invitation. And then she accepted it. Jason Mao is the middleman. He hooked her up with Melanie Gibb. They hooked her up with Chad. If it wasn't for the church, then the shit show probably wouldn't have happened.
And every time there was just something about Chad calling Audrey because Lori needed a friend.
Yeah,
no.
Audrey knows everything,
Lori
in
had
my
friends.
opinion.
Chad, there was.
They were already talking. They didn't need a middle girl man. You know what I mean? They didn't need that. So no, tell that to somebody who's stupid because it ain't us.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody says. I rebuke it. Like my body's like, it cringes.
That whole story.
It stinks.
That whole story when she started testifying. Oh,
I was like, let me play some Days of Our Lives music right now, honey.
Chad called me so Lori needed a friend.
Yeah, he didn't.
You don't even live in the same area.
Right. And you were
You
following
know
her all around. You're an herbologist. Okay. And you work for the damn church. Kiss my ass, bitch. Straight up. I'm sorry. It just, I get so, they piss me off because they lie. They don't know their ass from a hole in a wall, and they don't know. And I mean, it doesn't, over what? For what? Thank you for allowing, urging, empowering, what do you call that? Pushing, bolstering Lori and Chad to murder my fucking nephew. Thank you for encouraging them to murder my beautiful uncle whose birthday was yesterday, by the way. Thank you for doing this. It's so that they could murder Tylee and then just try to erase her from this goddamn planet. Okay? It's just like, what the.
When there were some of the Zulema's texts in the point, like in the moments leading up to the day, that it's so obvious she was in on it and knew exactly what was happening and knew, we're working on this, we're working on it.
They were gonna go work on Rhonda. They were gonna I just heard that again, and they were like, we're gonna work hard on Rhonda Wednesday, and I was like, that's Chad and Lori after they found out that the life insurance, and I'm like, my mom is Rhonda. Oh my God.
Wednesday, they said?
Not this Wednesday. When I was listening,
was
not
she in town when they
I
were
don't
giving her,
know.
like, a specific.
It would be whatever day Lori texted Chad and said, hey, I didn't get the life insurance. I'll still get the whatever a month. And he's like, oh, well, and do you think it's Brandon? Think it's Kay? You know, they have that whole conversation. And then they're like, we're going to go work hard on Rhonda Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to work hard on her. And I was just like, y'all are some fucking assholes. Y'all, I will kill you. I might get barred off of here. Yeah. That's why I didn't even tell my brother. I didn't even know all this yet, but Uncle Charles was murdered. Mom and them, you know, I was like, go before she burns his ass. And I was talking about Uncle Charles, and I meant cremate. I didn't know he wished to be. And I was like, are you sure that's not kitty litter? I'm not playing. I'm not playing because I don't put nothing past these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if his ashes, I don't know what ashes are supposed to look like. I didn't look at them. Anyways, but I'm just like, And then, I mean, Chad's making the damn arrangements anyways. How is he not indicted? He will be, though. He will be. I think Jason had said it the other day that it's like they're talking. Idaho and Arizona have been talking this entire time.
Yeah.
And so it depends on how it goes here. And so it's a big chess game. It really is. And it's massive. And so this case, I watched, that's what it was. I watched Court TV about Jarrett Bridegan, the Microsoft dad that was just murdered, and it's just like Melanie Pulowski. Anyways, it was on Court TV. Go watch that. And it was on last night. And there's the lawyer with the pink glasses, and he says, and we said this a long time ago, me and Jason, about the FBI. FBI must be holding something. Can they? You know, like, I don't know about the FBI. I'm just like, I don't understand. And then how it comes from each state, you know, interstate. And I remember saying this a while back, and I didn't know much about it, and I still don't. But that commentator, the lawyer on Court TV, was saying that there's at least a dozen charges that they could charge Shanna, whatever, Gardner, for the conspiracy to murder by the telephones that they use to communicate, to make the conspiracy happen, things like that, you know. And I'm just like, bam, there it is, you know.
Right.
I get excited. I'm sorry. It's pretty.
No, I think that we shouldn't count Arizona down, and I'm not trying to, you know, because they screwed up so
they're going to
badly,
redeem themselves.
I believe I believe the thing is, I believe they have the capability of it now. We know the situation that was going on at the county attorney's office. There was a drunk in charge. She was showing up drunk. There were charges. There were tons of charges that never even got filed. I mean, it was a mess over there. And so they're coming in now and they're repairing it. And they really, I think they can do this.
I hope that I really do, with how the news I got back from my parents, you know, about the prosecutor. Meet and greet went great. She's ready to kick some ass. So bring it on.
The rent is there. It's there.
Come on, Lori. I'm sorry, Mom and them they don't call her Lori anymore. You know, they call her 153745.
Yes. 15. What is it? 1537
45.
4537
153745.
153. Okay, 74. I can write it. I just can't say it.
53. 53 is my favorite number. It's my birthday. It's my height. It's in my social. And I mean, it's just Mom picked on me one time because we were on the interstate, and I was like, oh my God, 53 is my favorite number, you know. And I was like, every truck that passes by, they have 53 on it. I didn't know that the truck length on a big truck was 53 feet. Anyways, I just told him myself. So I was young. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, it's been, yeah, it was hard in the beginning. It's hard to talk about a case I don't know anything about, but I want to talk about it, you know. I just don't know it.
Well, I mean, you can only absorb so much information in a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just got this constant onslaught on you.
It always, my mind never stops. It's way
Right.
ahead, and it has to come back and get the rest of me. It's like, hey, come on,
Yeah.
we're over here. And then I have to, sometimes I can slow it down. Sometimes I am just chill, but it's not often.
Yeah.
But anyways, the only thing I don't like about Lori going to Arizona is that she loves that heat. That's the
She's
only
gonna love
thing.
as much heat as she's gonna get there.
I hope she loves braiding. Her and Jody Arias braiding each other's hair. I said that a long time ago.
You know, though, somebody who was, I think it was me and Jenny talking, and she said that, because I had really thought, okay, they're going to come here, they're going to file these charges, but Idaho's already got her and got the sentence, and she just didn't go back
she'll
there.
just
and then
stay
let's
there.
forget his intent. But Jamie pointed out, she goes, Idaho has spent plenty of money already on her. So they might just tell Arizona, y'all can imprison her for the rest of her life. And I was like, oh, that would be just perfect. I just, the prisons here are hell. She deserves.
I hope they
to be
bring
here
Chad
in
down here,
prison.
down to Arizona.
Yeah.
It's just
too nice for her.
Too good for him. Yeah. Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke. Anyways. Well, this was real and fun, but it wasn't real fun. That's a joke.
Yes.
But I don't know. Very interesting.
It is.
I'm glad you
There's
called.
all these
I'm glad you
connections. There's all
called.
these connections out there.
I do need to say, oh yeah. Let me finish with this. So Adam and Rex went from, we're not doing anything. We just want to heal people. You healed. Okay, stop healing people. Your family needs to stop healing people. Okay? Don't nobody need healing. Heal you. Sweep around your porch, like my mama always said. And like, then it went into, they get a little traction. They don't care for the negative. You can tell. And because they do their responses, and I'm just like, yeah, that's people asking you questions. And instead of being super, skin deep, we know you're not in their minds. We know you're not in her heart. We know that. Go below surface. Or say nothing at all. Be like, I have no freaking idea. There's no depth. And I mean that in the most, I don't know. I have no shade, but I don't like that. It's like you're saying one thing, but you're doing the double speak thing. You're preaching at me. You're not talking to me as if I'm on your level,
Right.
And so then it went into, no, we're not in this for any money. We just want to help people heal. And then it helps us heal. And then it went into, we're writing a book, that was boom, boom.
Right.
Then it went into, we are going to donate the proceeds to a organization in honor of the victim, the kids or whatever. And then it went into, we're going to start our own nonprofit. And I was like, I'm fucking worried. Now I'm fucking worried now. And then that's why I won't do an NPO. I'm just like, I'm seeing way too many of these things. Because no, there's got to be something else to do somewhere, somehow. And then it went from that to last night was the best, because it went from all that to, we'll do some more podcasts. Tell us what you want to talk about. Then it went into more Adam pitching the idea to, just, I didn't even know this. Rex he's going around and he's been a speaker and like a real speaker, and I'm like, okay. So, okay. So now, then he asked for a sponsor. If anybody wants to sponsor, because, we're really in the red here. I don't know. I'm in the fucking red too. You know,
Oh my.
what's your studio? Invite me. Yeah, I'm just saying. But here we go. And so I asked Jason last night. I was like, okay, so I'm just trying to remain neutral. What are your thoughts? He's usually my first speed bump. He's my wall. And I got to get past him, right? And then so he was like, he was like, it's very disingenuous. He was like, you can see it, and I was like, okay, so it's not just me, like, with my emotions, it's because I mean, I don't care, do what you do, but just be real. You don't have to be freaking like slide in at the very end. They all have books. Megan Connor also. Rex. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just disturbing.
Right. I know. And then it's this weird thing that it's like Mormons, ex-Mormons, they team up with one another. And I don't mean this in a direct. It's just something I noticed. It's just, a pattern. I guess because of how it is on the inside of the religion with how they depend on community. I get it. And so when they go out of Mormonism, they cling to community, and they're the only people that can discuss and understand Mormonism. So it reminds me of when John Dehlin told Leah Satili, he was like, you like get it and you do it respectful. And I was like, yeah, as we're outsiders, we can see it. It's easy for me to see it because I'm like, oh yeah, that. And I've had it through this lens, like.
Well, isn't that, didn't the Elmom make that comment the other night? Something about a Christian sees it more objectively than I do because.
Oh yeah, because it sounds. We've had this conversation so many times. She'll be like, I don't know, you read it first. She was like, it looks the same. I mean, it just looks normal to me. That's what made me think about Gabe Bonilla. I was like, well, was Lori saying I'll destroy you? Is that just run of the mill? Is Mike Stroud saying, what the hell? Do I have it right here? I think, what the hell does he say? Oh,
we ain't seen nothing yet. And start to inquire and plead to go into the internet, Google that.
I don't have it. I thought I did, but he's like, why do you think you're here? You're the group that's being groomed for this. And so I told Jen, I'm like, hello, you're in the group being groomed for this. That is straight up like, cult. And she's like, oh, they told us that all the time. And I was like, oh my God, that's normal. So the doom and the gloom and the end times and the food storage and everything, that's just normal life. But the only difference is, and that connection I made, I still have to vet it out between, how Adam talked to Detective Moffat finally. And he said that Charles flew him in and they were going to do the intervention, and he was supposed to meet the stake president. I think that's what he said. Stake president, bishop and stake president. And I don't know which one is which. And I don't know yet, but
because he said he knew him, right?
Because he was gonna go play basketball with him, but then he didn't show up or something. I have to go back and listen to it to hit back on that again. And so in order for a person to get the call out, to get the invitation, to get the polygamous invite, hey girl, you have to be a temple worthy. You have to be in the temple. You can't just be in the church. So people who are not and never, aren't temple worthy, don't ante up, basically. That's the general sifting. That's your regular folk over here in just the regular churches. I never knew why they had the church and the temple. When I figured that out, I was like, you. Okay. And so I was like, that's just the initial wheat and tares. Okay. And then, so Lori, as Lori, she's doubling down. She's really just wanting to prove her worth. Okay. So she goes to the temple every damn day, and she's crying in the celestial room, and she's pleading because she's so damn miserable with herself. Lori does not love herself, and that is why she is a bitch. she hates herself, and she's ugly inside, and I really do feel like she was abused. Well, I mean, not Adam said so in Hidden True Crime, but I really do think it goes beyond that, and it's more in the ritual realm.
Well, I just find it, and I know I've told you this before, but I just found like, I mean, Dad, Barry, wasn't he
A temple worker.
Yeah, he was, but he had all this other stuff. Like wasn't he excommunicated at some point, or he had charges again?
It don't matter. It don't matter. They do fake excommunications. They do. They do them. I think Mike Stroud is one of them.
Well, and
Chad
then it
Daybell.
doesn't matter because Lauren from Hidden True Crime told me herself, it doesn't matter what you did to get excommunicated. All you have to do is repent and come back in.
Yeah, you can go to church.
And then what if it's like sex crimes or all? And she's
It's
like, it doesn't
okay.
matter.
They teach them to forgive the offender. And that's why, like, when I told Summer at the trial, I was like, you know what I think it is? And it was my perfect time. I mean, I wanted to crawl out my damn body and just go tell Lori to call me because I just wanted to know. I just want to see her response when I'm just like, blah, or whatever it is. I don't care what it is. It's something I feel compelled to do. Right. And I mean, I was like, okay, Crush. I was like having an internal conversation with myself. I was like, you're going to have to stop making fucking faces. They are going to kick you out. And so, but Summer was right there. And so Summer, I'm just going to say this. And then the other was right over there. And Summer turned around. She's like, I'm sorry for your losses. And I'm like, but I mean, I can say that much about Summer versus other family members.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That I don't exist. I don't exist.
I think all those kids, you know what I mean? It's a generational thing. Well,
oh God, yeah.
Again, you and I talked about
I think about Stacy, Stacy
Yes.
Cope. I mean, with her, eating disorders and all that stuff.
All of it.
Just kind of it fits,
And we've talked about too all the programming,
I'm learning. I'm just now really getting into that part, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand it.
Association and how they.
I get that.
They produce all these altars. They produce altars that protect.
It's
The
nuts.
secrets. They produce altars that they can call out anytime they want, even if it seems like the person's out.
And it allows, and then it allows the offenders like the David Levitt and David Hamblins to say, she's crazy.
Yeah.
And the church, like the church calling Chad and Lori a cult. They're just starting their own church.
You know what really threw me was if you read through the custody stuff, when Melanie was over with the Coxes when she was a little girl, and the dad would get her back, she would come back thinking she was a boy.
Yeah, under a
boy.
shit.
That
wait, she wanted to be called AJ or something.
Yes, and she wanted to dress like a boy, and she, wanted, that right there. When I saw that, I was like, oh, there was something going on over there.
But I just don't understand, like, I mean, the abuse, like the stories. I'm just like,
I know.
How are you still right here? Why are you? I don't not believe them. I just don't understand. I don't quite grasp what's really going on. Is it just memory or is it?
It's stuff that you think would kill somebody, like you're thinking like
waterboarding.
How are you even alive to tell us about that.
How are your
experience, 'cause
parents
that's
not
how
in
bad it is.
freaking prison? You know, it's just
Yeah.
how is this happening? You know?
Because I think there are a lot of high up people,
There is. It has to
doctors,
be.
lawyers, politicians, all of that.
Clergy.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's your
It's very,
elites. It has to be. I'm not
so organized.
oh my God, I feel because I hear people talk about, and you know, I'm just like, I'm so naive to it. I'm just like, huh? Wait, I don't even, what is a liberal? You know, I don't get all that. I'm starting to understand what it means, you know, but I
Right,
still,
right.
I'm not a
You know,
labeler.
in today's political climate, it's really refreshing that part doesn't have a draw on you, because
Thank God.
it's like, okay, this is my political
Yeah.
place from crush at. And so it's easier to not take offense to things,
Yeah.
people, that I see because it's not about politics for you at all.
It's corruption. I'm like, that
Yeah.
he ain't no better than him. And just because he says,
Right,
well,
they're
they're
corrupting
doing it,
everywhere.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, they're doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so they're shitty too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody is.
Two wrongs don't make a right. I don't care how you hash it. And
Right.
so it's corruption that I didn't know that. I never was like, oh, I'm anti-corruption. I had to learn, you know, and I'm just like, just be right. I want them to have fair trials, not because I like them, not because I like what they did, but because I think that's right. It's the right thing to do. If you are doing your job and everything is good and honest and just integrity, it's weird, you know?
Yeah, but we also know that the system goes, if the system is far more friendly to the offender
Oh God.
than the victims.
Loopholes. Loopholes.
Yeah.
Loopholes. And the time, you know, I was thinking this whole time, I'm like, we have no chance to even focus on Arizona. There's no freaking way. We're all just like, you know, we've been beat up from the feet up over and over and over again. And I mean, but I was scared because I was like, there's statute of limitations, there's this, there's that. I will nut up. Is it my place to sue? Is it my place to raise? I mean, I'm just a niece, remember? I'm just, I'm a nothing burger in the eyes of the law. Is this my mom's place? Is this Cole and Zach's place? Who does this? Or do we each do it for ourselves? You know, I mean, this was a whole journey for me because I used to be like, in the very beginning of this, I didn't want to say anything, not that I knew anything, but I didn't want to misrepresent my family. I didn't want to embarrass my family, living and dead. You know, like or myself, you know, I didn't want to tarnish them. Yeah, Tylee, Charles, Tammy, they're not even my family, but Tammy and Joe are not, but they are. They're my angel family or whatever,
At
but
this point, it's like
they
it
are.
feels like a big family.
It
It
is
really does.
forever. I think Tammy's aunt said it, and she was like, "Forever, just part. We're part. Yeah, there's no. You can't unconnect from it. Or disconnect from it. You can't.
No.
And so you just embrace it and try to make the best out of it.
You know what? It is true though, because you know what? You look at that slumber party that they had out there the night before the sentencing, and that was like a family group, you know? I mean, Nate was walking around and all those people were at the trial. I'm sure you knew a lot of them. I don't know if you saw it that night.
He dodged me. Oh, at the sentencing?
Huh?
At the sentencing?
Yeah, the big slumber party they had.
Yeah, I didn't see it till later. But yeah, it was barbecue and
he went around like to all the people that were, sleeping there all night. And he would say, oh, I know you from here. You guys are from such and such.
He knows a lot.
Oh, yeah, we were at the trial. We did this. We came from such and such. It touches us this way. And he went around to everyone. And these people are all communicating with each other. I'm sure you knew most of them because most of them, it seems, were at most of the trial. And it was like, these people are family. They are like a family out there tonight. there's
Yeah.
disconnection. There's this
I don't know. I
bond.
didn't get to do that camaraderie part. I didn't know what to expect for trial. I
Well,
definitely
the
that
other thing,
was just not cool to go without support system. You know, my
well,
mom
that's the
and
thing
dad
though
are
about,
on their own. That's they're each other's support system, and then there's me.
well,
But I'm just a
but
hard head.
those people didn't have family that died. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
So
easy
they
for them to
bonded the
come and,
trauma bond or
you know,
something.
this was their choice. At any time, they could walk away and say, I don't want to deal with that
And they
anymore.
have. People have.
And
They
they
were
don't
like,
get the
"Oh,
choice to do that.
yeah, there a lot of people," and I do commend them for anybody who's has to walk away because it's too much. You just gotta you have that choice.
You
You
don't.
know, I mean,
Well,
no,
yeah.
but I mean, I'm glad that you do because I don't want nobody to hurt. I don't want nobody
No.
to be warped or you know what I mean. It's
Right.
dark. It is dark. And you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, God, my shoulders are like this now. They used to be like this. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I don't know. Never have I ever imagined murder. I mean, it really does. It is so just the word murder. I remember saying it out loud. Just, you're laying in bed. I used to do this when I was a kid too. I'd just be like, do, do, do. But just laying in bed and I was just like, murder,
Murder.
murder. And it was so weird to say murder. And it had this weight, this dread. It's heavy. And that's why I don't
Yeah.
want to say killed or passed away or I won't dilute it because no,
Right.
I'm not gonna diminish them. I'm not gonna dehumanize my family any more than those effers have.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. And so kick me off if you gotta kick me the hell off. Demonetize. I don't give a shit. It ain't much anyways. I mean, damn. It's like
It,
I'm
it's, I mean, and it's not
right.
just, I don't know, it's so dark and personal and
It is dark.
violent and it's
But that's
dreadful
why you guys are here, and
and
that's y'all help me.
mm,
This, and I'm speaking from my
no
perspective. I know
mercy at
y'all do it with
all,
my
you know? I remember at the beginning thinking, oh, well, maybe they put the kids to sleep and
me too.
no,
Mm.
now we know that,
They
you know,
tortured them. Monkey masks,
Chad's over there
fucking
talking about how to increase the pain.
Tyvek suits, monkey mask. It was torture. It's monkey see, monkey
Beyond
hear no
torture.
evil, see no
Beyond.
evil, speak no evil. Ah, shit you not. Melanie Pulowski was using the monkey eye, emojis. Uh, Whenever in trial, I remember them saying, I was there that day. They were like, it's a Halloween mask. I was like, the fuck it is. That's a fucking monkey mask.
Yeah.
It is a monkey
Mhm.
mask. And that triggered me. Then when I, like I said, Rachel, she was standing, at the prosecutor's table, right? I mean, I could be like this and touch her. Lori's right there. And so she like was standing up and I'm right behind her, right? And so she did like this. And I could just see, I saw JJ's red pajamas. And I was like, and that's when I started digging. I was digging in my purse. I was like looking for my earbuds, anything to distract myself.
Right.
Because you can't just walk out. And, Larry has to sit at the end. And so I'm sitting next to him and I just was trying to stay grounded in my body
Right.
and just until the break and I could just dart out of there. But that's when we stood up, after I had to sit through all that. I was like, I had my earbuds in. I put it on YouTube and I don't even know what songs I flipped. I was just like, I'd hit another song because it just wouldn't, I had to do
Right.
something. I had to nervous,
Yeah.
and then the jurors went out and we all rise, and so that's when me and Lori locked eyes. And so I'm looking at her and she's looking at me, but we're just like, I didn't realize it. It's weird. It's the weirdest. I hope one day I can explain it really good, but it's just like we just looked, like I looked dead in her eyes, but through her. I don't
Mhm.
know how else to say that. And I don't know what she did, but nothing was communicated. Like, I wasn't like, fuck you, bitch. I wasn't like, I'll shank you very much. It was just, and then it's like, it was long and awkward. If anything, I dominated the communication. I don't know how to explain that. So then I hauled ass because, the jurors were out. And I mean, even everybody was exiting the courtroom. And I remember the bailiff dude came up to me, and I mean, I was still standing there staring at her. We were staring at each other.
Oh, wow.
And the bailiff was like, you coming? And I was like, mm-hmm. And I mean, then we broke contact. It was the weirdest. I don't even know. I don't know. I still would like to know. But that's when I left. I walked around the block because that's where my parents were staying. Except mom was there. She didn't go that morning because she didn't want to see. And
that morning.
and so I was like, I'm going to a mom. Fuck this. And because I couldn't. And I thought I could, but no. And you don't have to. So you just why,
Right.
And so I'm an empath, like I can visualize it very well. But so I got to mom's, and she had just got back from the grocery store. She was gonna make us she was making spaghetti that night. And then we get into the condo or whatever and helping her unpack. And then she gets a text and she's like, oh shit, something's happening at the courthouse with Lori. And I was like, don't go, mom. It's a fucking trap. It's a trap. Do not go. Don't go. You're not gonna like what you see. Oh my god. And I was like, okay, I'm going with you. And so we get in the truck and we like park illegally and we run. Big girl can run. And I mean, it's on the 4th floor, I mean, and we got there just in time for court daddy to let us in. And we got in there, and that's when she didn't want to be there the rest of the day. So I'm like,
You never told us about that.
Yes, I did.
That little piece of that story.
I sure have. I didn't realize it at the time, like that day that when it happened, until after that happened. Then I was like, oh, wait, hold on. What did she see? Did she see something in me? Because I looked straight through her, and it was weird, and it was awkward, and it was long. Does that make sense? I mean, no, nothing makes sense. But
well, I think that there's so much in just communication with eye contact and stuff. You know what I mean?
Facial expressions. I mean, we did. I smiled at her the first time. The first thing I was like, and there's times when I was like, I will kill you, bitch. Basically,
I believe that you communicated.
Uncle Jerry was like this. Uncle Jerry was
that reached her. Something that reached her.
Something.
It seems like so much does not reach Lori,
Right. Except for Korihor. She don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just like she's able to block or whatever she does but it sounds like you touched a nerve and got a response there.
I like to think that. I like to think that.
That was all I know about you,
It
doesn't
just
surprise me.
Especially with the spiritual part. Yeah, the spiritual part of it where Uncle Charles has Uncle Charles been around for a long time since after he died. And I mean, I feel him less and less. Again, I'm not like a conjurer. I am not like, oh, okay. No, this just happened. And I think that has to do with like, I mean, I've not read into near-death experiences except for these stupid books. But I mean, I don't discount them at all. I think like the trauma, the shock, it jolted. I'm telling you, whenever I found out that Uncle Charles was murdered, it shook me to my core. Still does. Rattles me. It bothers me all the way inside. I can't touch it. It bothers me. And yeah, so it shook me. And I mean, I've already been through trauma before throughout my life, and I think this just was like, wow. And I mean, it's like I was wide oh wait, wide open, hyper vigilant. It was weird. I don't even want to talk about it because I sound like them kooks. I'm not a damn kook. I ain't trying to be no fortune. I'm not a fortune teller. It's like I'm honored. If anything, it doesn't freak me out. It doesn't scare me.
But there is,
It's neat.
like I know you're not trying to say like a conduit or something like that, but
Yeah,
you know,
I'm open to it.
right, and you know, well, so you know,
Don't be
I
scared.
painted a couple rocks with "Love Always Wins." You know
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And when I was going out to look for those rocks, I could feel. I just felt like there was gonna be a sign. I felt, and then there was that feather there.
That is nuts. That happened to Jen. Jen, I mean, exactly.
I was going out to look for rocks. I'd never seen a feather out there.
Oh my
that I
God.
recall at all. And I'm going out to pick out rocks to paint "Love Always Wins" on them, and there it is. The day before his what was it, the 4-year anniversary, knowing that I'm thinking of you, I felt like there was a connection with you there. You know what I mean? It wasn't a sign for
Right.
me. I felt it was almost like, Charles is there with Krusha. You know what I mean? This is his way of-
Okay. That is so
Yeah.
crazy. Not crazy. That is so freaking cool. Because let me tell you something. Oh my God, I'm looking right now at and this has happened to Jen too. Jen, and she's out of the church. She's like, okay, whatever. You know, I mean, she's more agnostic. She's like, whatever. And I'm just me, you know. And anyways, so I get a text. Well, I'll tell you about Jen in a minute. When did I get this? Oh shit. I'll run a damn Wi-Fi scan when I damn well want to. How do I know when this photo is? It was from Allison, which was Uncle Charles's first girlfriend. And it was like either the week before his death anniversary or the day before. It was one or the other. I'll have to find out when this image is. She was like, what does it mean? She was out on her run. Look how gigantic and elaborate that thing is.
I can't see.
Oh, well, you have
Sorry.
to do the rewind. No, I can text it to you actually.
Because when I push play, that's when I hear those other sounds.
All right. Well, I sent it to you, but
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll have to. It won't tell me on here like what day it was. Because that would be too damn convenient. Hell, I don't know. I thought I could go up like that, and it
So a
would.
feather too? Another feather?
Yeah, so it was either the day before his death anniversary this year, well, it just passed, or it was a week before. It was one or the other. I don't remember. It's weird.
Let's see if I can. Yeah, mine was a brown feather, and then I even looked up, or a gray feather, I can't remember, but I looked up the meaning of what it means when you find a gray feather.
Yeah. I mean, I found so many that because I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll set it, then they kind of recirculate. But going outside, I don't go outside much anymore, right? And then one night I went to go throw the trash, and anyways, I pick up trash, if there's a little bottle top or whatever, I pick it up, gives me exercise. Lord knows I need it. Well, that's one day, and it was about a month ago, and it was something shiny, and I was like, oh, look, a dime. Jason always finds dimes, and but it was a nickel, and I was like, oh, okay. And right when I picked it up, there was a big old feather, and I was like, oh, so it was a nickel and a damn feather. And then I picked, I stood up, and then bam, there was another. I was like, well, god dang. Okay.
What's so weird though, Kush, is that you and I had been just right before that talking about signs and being open to signs. I knew there was going to be a sign right around there. I knew that something. I knew there was
Crazy.
going to be something.
It's
I
neat.
just knew. It's
It's just
It's
a
the same.
knowing.
It's the same way I knew as I watched my grandma take her last breath. I knew it was going to be her last breath. I
Mhm.
knew that there was going to be a sign of some sort. I had no idea it was going to be a feather or what or when, but I knew something was coming.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't look for them. I just yeah,
Right.
you can yeah. Yeah, it's
Just
just like
open. It's just being open to them.
it's nuts. It's nuts. This whole just on the cuz I was always taught to just disregard, don't mess with that junk. I remember messing with a Ouija board when I was like 11. And I mean just with some you know, uh friends, just, playmates or whatever. And
Yeah.
I remember my Uncle Larry had died when I was 8, and so I was 11. So that was impactful because he was, him and my other uncle Earl, he was my Uncle Earl was a, oh hell, DEA agent. And so when he got off work one day, off duty, and he was on his way home, and so we grew up on the same road that raised on this. Anyways, the family owns the damn road. Okay, my whole family.
Mhm.
So it's they lived down the same road. So did my dad. So did we. We all lived down the same road. And so my Uncle Earl was turning down our road, and
Mhm.
he had gotten a call from my mama about my Uncle Larry being upset, really pissed off because one of his renters didn't, whatever. I don't know. I was 8 and we were living in Austin. Me, mom, and Dennis, my dad. My mom was pregnant with Todd. And, um, and I remember hearing, I mean, this is just, from growing up and hearing the story so many times. And so my Uncle Earl stopped to calm my Uncle Larry down. My Uncle Larry was an alcoholic big time, but he was so cool. He was my cool uncle on that side. Like,
Mhm.
he was just fun. He was drunk, oh my God. Yeah. Woo. He was just, he was fun. And he had like a childlike spirit, just real, he was fun. And he would interact with us. And, that's cool when you're a kid y to get that attention with there's a
Yeah.
bunch I have 17 cousins, hell. And,
Yeah.
and so he was there and, anyways, my Uncle Earl had his gun holster on still from work, duty. And
Mhm.
Uncle Larry anyways, allegedly, I don't know, nobody was there. It's between hers, and the truth, but
Right.
they struggled over the gun. Allegedly, Uncle Larry, pulled it out and was I don't know. Anyway, so they fought over it and it went off and it shot my Uncle Larry and it went through 3 parts of his brain. Well, me, mom, and dad, we moved immediately back to Lake Charles from Austin.
Wow.
And then anyway, so whenever we did the Ouija board thing, I was like, about Uncle Larry, and he said he was in the lights, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done. Fuck this." I didn't say that, but, I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
So no, I
No.
never messed around with one of those. I don't know. I
Mm-mm.
think somebody really put the fear in me.
I don't really no. Not no, but hell no.
Yeah.
No. It's just you don't no. No, no, no. Especially being a kid, like, you're just
Yeah.
it's labeled, it's branded as a damn game. It's ooh, it gives you this spooky, thing, feeling and stuff. You tell campfire stories and just things to scare one another, those kind
Yeah.
of things. But anyways, yeah. So I was just always raised that way. Just you, and I mean, there's things that have happened throughout my life, and I'm just like, yeah, if I don't freaking acknowledge it, then it did not happen. Whatever
Right.
that was, because it scared the shit out of me. Whatever, because I was just you can't explain it, so you're just like, oh my God, no. And then my stepdad died. My the one before Larry, Roby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died. He, had a seizure and he
Yes.
drowned. And this, he was bathing their dog, mom and Roby's dog, and he had had a brain injury, couple of years before
Yeah.
that, and that was horrific. You know, he never would take baths or anything. He would take showers. He wouldn't go swimming because he was an epileptic, you know, and then the brain injury made it
Right.
even worse. And I was pregnant with Zach, you know, like I was a month away from giving birth. And he died. And that's that scream that mom, if you watch Doomsday documentary, that soul cry, you know, like when they said that they had found the kids on Chad's property, and she was just,
Oh yeah.
I can't, like, I just instantly start crying. It's like a reaction. If my mom's crying, I'm crying, you know. But it was the same thing, just many years before, you know. And so when
Right.
Roby died, when we saw the EMTs coming out of the bathroom, I was just like, and mom just, I mean, it was in my ear. She was, and it was so loud, and I was just like, oh my God. And I felt like I needed to, like, protect her or just be there. Like, I was like a hoverboard. Plus I was pregnant with my first child, you know, and I have my mom, you know. And then when Larry came along, I was just like, oh, you know, like, everything's
Yeah.
good. All right. It was here you go. It was
He's a very
mhm.
stabilizing force, you know.
He's very spiritual also.
Yeah.
He's a peacemaker. Not that kind.
Yeah.
Not the Mormon kind.
No.
But
I mean, when he speaks, it just has a way. I mean, I never forget. It's happened like 2 times where you've been on after a court hearing, and Larry has come on there, and they end up calming us down.
we
They
do.
end up
Yes.
talking and comforting us.
That's
you
how it's
know?
always been. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Because I didn't realize it until every time there would be a court hearing or a movement in the case or document dump, everybody freaking nuts up. And I'm just like, what the? And so what I realized is that I rely on you guys. Y'all are my support all the other times. But during those times, I'm like, oh, you know, they can't hurt us no more. They not getting out of this. That's all I know. And so, yeah.
When was after that first hearing that you guys went to? The first one you went to.
Oh yeah.
Right after.
Competency.
And then the other one was, I think, when was the other time he did that? Was it after like the first day of court or something? There was 2 times though. I remember
Maybe whenever I did my live stream after
he came on your lives. It was 2 different times where he came on and was comforting us.
It's really neat. You know, and people, and they've told me stories, you know, they're like, people come up to us, and I mean, I get it too, but not, I mean, everybody knows who they are, and they cry. And so they're like, like at CrimeCon, you know, and they're like, it's okay, we're okay. You know, and it's just, it's neat, and it's different, I guess.
Weird, yeah.
But it's okay. That is
It
really
is.
unique. I wonder if that happens to other families, you know. I wonder.
Yeah.
But it's a connection. Oh,
Yeah.
Something just went off. I guess maybe my TV. I'm about to go. Okay, my lights are doing that weird freaky thing again.
Your lights are doing that thing.
Yeah, they're
that I saw before.
Yeah, they're flickering. So don't scare me. I'll run. I'm gonna run. Anyways, I know we're just chatting it up like
We are.
Like ain't nobody here.
Like
But
nobody
I
else is
see.
on here, you know?
Oh, if you believe in signs that say you're buying into the same gobbledygook. It is.
No, because our signs don't kill people.
No. It's like universe. It's signs from the universe. However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what source is. I just know source. I don't know. And I'm not gobbledygook.
It's not such a stretch in my mind at all.
No.
You know, for those kinds of signs. Connections.
I mean, really learning what I have from like with the whole sacrificial stuff and the castings and the way that it's like that system works, it is magic. There is some weird shit going on. I don't know how to explain it. I don't. I don't have them answers. But I'm just like, it's like intent. It's the intent, right? You don't get that's the intent behind the harm. That's the intent behind, the surprise cake or whatever, the surprise birthday present or whatever. It's the intent. And so I think when people's intentions are bad, I mean, it shows. It's negative. Negative pulls you down, and it's chaotic, and it's complicated, and it's drama, and it's nervousness, and it's all these things. But then if you're positive about things and you try to be more on those lines, then it's just
I get it. Yeah.
It's
because those signs are uplifting.
and it's not like the law of attraction or anything. I'm not saying that. I just like I try not to put things out, and that's just me. Like it's like if I say it, or then I speak it into existence, and then I'm like like the Rhea Remini thing, and just things, or like if I'm Jason, after all his health things, and if he says I'm feeling so good, and I'm like, shh, don't you be bragging, it's I don't know. It is what it is.
I thought everyone had those little signs of things they see.
I thought so too. I wonder, Lee here, you can't just bounce out on us like that. You've been with us too long. So I wonder if Lee here. I mean, does anybody else? Hit us in the comment section below. But no, this was fun. Or I do feel I do feel for Jarrett Brooks.
Yes.
I wonder, and we'll have to just kind of keep tabs on that one for sure, and get you set up in Facebook. Difficult research.
Yes.
And so we can have, we can carry the party over there.
Exactly.
And
spread the love.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna go probably work until I fall asleep. I'm gonna go work on the whatever, the banners, all the whatever channel art for that. So I'll be kind of ready.
Okay.
But I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, love you, girl.
Good night. Love you too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Everybody left. Good night. Love always wins.